Switch, Eddie. I can't. It's attached to the wall. All right, then pull the chain. Light is green. On you go.
Last time. Who wants to explain what happened last time?
It was quite actually condensed. There wasn't a whole lot. Killed a lot of annoying fish things. Flavored in flying and asshole.
And then there was a murder.
Completely unavoidable murder. With a deep mystery entwined in who it could have possibly been.
Goddamn mystery. Who knows?
Yeah, it was kind of obvious who it was. Even
But it was fun to run down the entire group and point out this is no one's style except this creepy little shit. It didn't help that midway through the list was, oh, I know that word after using this spell. That's in Darrow. That's a Darrow god for Darrow. Only Darrow know who that is.
We all turn to the only Darrow.
And Lou. You never know.
It wasn't me. If it was an accident.
I'm trying to remember, wasn't that what I said about you? It's like, well, it can't have been Lou because he's dead.
Yeah, but Bjorn just said, and it can't be Bjorn because it's the hit.
But and then you ran into a group of myconids using their lovely spore servants to tend a patch of mushrooms off to the side, and they have agreed to escort you all the way to Neverlight Grove.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do think these mushrooms also had some weird things going on.
They did. They were talking about their new Unity. As we all know, Unreal Engine is the way to go.
But 5 is looking mighty nice.
But the little no, not the little engine. The little mushroom didn't seem to know anything about that. And he was...
The day of joy is nigh.
I think he said it was something fishy about all of this as well.
Yeah, Stool had no knowledge of this prior. This is all new to him, and he doesn't really like the sound of it that much.
Yeah, he's concerned about the whole day of joy thing.
Whereas Harden and Bjorn have heard all this stuff before. We've been in places with cults.
The great joining.
The absolute, if you will.
Oh no, wrong one. We're not in Baldur's Gate.
Absolutology.
But, yes, they do escort you through the Underdark. It takes 2 to 3 days. Not that bad. Surprisingly, you would expect there would be a little bit more going on, but no, you don't really get attacked very much. A couple of times they try to redirect you around other paths because they think something's going on up front, so they get you a little bit of a safer way. And they instead lead you... Oh, that's the wrong tab. It helps if I'm on the correct tab. To Neverlight Grove. It's actually it's a very weird experience because you go from lots of dark and damp. It's almost like the the Druid's Grove. Much like the Druid's Grove, you do not need to see. You do not need lights to see. You go from you're told that it's the only way in or out of Neverlight Grove. It's it's more like a little drying underground stream that is very dimly lit by a glowing lichen all about. But once you enter the cavern, it's alien but incredibly beautiful. You're on the main floor, which gives you an aerial view of the mushroom forest that literally goes from floor to ceiling. Bioluminescent patterns are everywhere that you can see, and it's almost a little bit overwhelming. It's also incredibly quiet. You hear maybe the trickle of water. It's also far more damp than you would expect. The ground you walk on is slightly marshy. Not pleasant to walk through. But it is still quite beautiful. And everybody roll me a perception check.
Come on, open up. There we go. Normal perception. There we go.
Bjorn, you don't care. It's pretty.
Yep. It's just too bloody moist and warm down here. Don't like it.
Wonder how many of these you can eat.
All once.
Harton, Gaddix, Botch, or not Botch, Bernard, Horik, Nadrax. You all can hear, it's a weird experience. It's almost like a song in the distance, but it's slightly discordant and mildly unsettling. It's music and singing, but just slightly wrong.
Where's our little lad here? Still, how's this sounding to you? Is this usual for you lot? I thought you'd be more silent contemplation types.
He looks mildly confused, and if directed to listen, does hear it and goes, "That's a bit strange. It's from the cavern beyond. It's not from in here.
Do your people have singers?
Not really, no. We are quiet."
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking like it'd be spores, colors, sounds, and smells.
Correct. We do all of our communication via the spores.
I mean, so far it's a case of like, if I had faces that I could recognize easier, it'd be a case of like, you know, eyes with nothing behind it. And a big smile plastered on. You know that look, Bjorn.
No.
It's like whenever Gaik's trying to tell the truth.
Your couple of friends who have brought you in just say, "Oh, so you hear the music? Isn't it lovely?"
Is this new?
Not new per se. It's somewhat new.
Somewhat new?
Yes, but not really new. It's been several cycles.
The voice is a bit, Is that from Eurofolk or something else?
You should be speaking to Sovereign Philo. He'll explain everything.
Oh, I see. Just, you know, the grumpy look straight to Bjorn, and Uzana's like, why the fuck could they just not answer?
Yeah. Do you think we should be burying our money somewhere so it doesn't disappear while we're in there?
Oh, money's going to be the least of our issues.
I
Wasn't
mean,
there a different sovereign?
It just seems to
Horrocks
be a
wondering whether
very...
it'd be just quicker to burn the place down now or before we find out what's actually wrong, or actually find out first.
We're of course all saying this in closed spore broadcast.
I mean, it's easier to just do it over, talking because they can't hear.
Yeah.
Well, correction, they can hear. I just don't think they speak it.
Yeah.
They speak Undercommon, I think.
Well, luckily we're fine there.
Let me do a quick check to see what do they actually speak. Language, none. I'm going to quickly Google to see if they disagree.
To the wiki.
To the wall.
But I'm guessing it's because of how the spores work on the brain and such. It's not language, it's just weird brain reactions that is just translated.
It's weird, you know, every adventurer that's ever come in contact with myconoid colony, for some reason, later in life develops weird tumors. It's strange. Utter coincidence.
Yeah, I take it they don't...
They just latch onto your brain, and that's how they understand it.
Yeah, they don't understand. They just... So as long as you're not...
As long as I haven't learned.
Yeah. I mean, if they were somewhere where they heard it, they would understand it, but...
Or like if you were dealing with your experienced guides or something to get hired by Drow, they might pick up on a few things.
Yeah.
I guess that also is a question: can they actually hear anything?
Yeah, I think they can hear. Yes,
Okay.
if I recall correctly. They
It would
can hear.
it would say like we're deafened or something.
Yeah, they can hear. They just can't speak. Actually, let me pull up Stool just to make sure that this isn't one of those things where, depending on the person, they just didn't bother to say. Because I've seen some dumb stuff. Yeah, no. Okay. Easy peasy.
Lemon squeezy.
But
I would
is it
assume they could
cheesy?
probably understand undercommon though. So as long as you stick to common, you're fine. But yes, they do suggest, okay, let's move on down. We'll go through the fungal wilds, and then we'll bring you up to the the central basin.
Right, sounds delightful.
And it's one of those things where the comfort of the situation takes away from the beauty, because it is a slog. You're hearing the shlook, shlook of your boots trying to go through the muck. But if you look all around you, the pale cream and beige stalks grow thick and tall, resembling, it literally looks like a forest that you would see on the surface world, just slightly off. The fungus grow in kind of protrusions everywhere, and it's hard to find anything resembling a path between them. The only thing that's really getting you through is the fact that your guides are directing you directly where to go. The giant caps of the zirkwood mushrooms obscure your view of the cavern ceilings, but luminescent fungi there give off a shimmering aura in the whole area. With each step you take on the soggy ground, a rank scent of decay rises around you, which is also slightly unpleasant.
Yeah.
Get the gas mask, Cargo.
Well, that's how mushrooms work after all. Just hope it's nobody we know.
Well, very unlikely.
It's
We usually raise the dead as spore servants. Although if they do decay enough, they would go down, depending on where it is, though.
Mm-hmm.
They do not seem to pick up the idea that that was a negative statement. This is all matter of fact to them. But eventually they do lead you all the way up over here to number 3.
It's one of those things that's a wee bit different in terms, because it's not like they're infusing them with the undead energies of the negative plane, so they're not exactly abominations, just they're puppeting them with spores, which is different in a whole disgusting way.
But as you approach, you actually notice the floor goes down and forms a bit of a depression. And it seems this is the main part of the Myconid colony. The central circle mound it looks somewhat new, and it also seems to serve a brain. I cannot talk. Yeah, I said cannot communicate and then talk in between. It's serving as some kind of a town square where all the Grove's myconoids gather for mass melding. This is explained a little bit by Stool as he's trying to kind of give you a little bit of a guide of what's going on. But you notice that a clear pool sits in the midst of the grove, and the central mound is the only dry spot, which you're very glad you can actually walk around without making squeaking sounds the whole time. And you can actually now look up fully at the cavern ceiling again and almost trace the constellations along the cavern ceiling and walls. It's back to being quite beautiful. But at the central mound, you notice 2 very big myconoids. You also notice that there are 3 other adult myconoids that much, much bigger than Stool. And the 2 very, very large myconoids move over. And one throws his arms out and says, "You are safe, friendly softers. You arrive at a wondrous time, for Neverlight Grove is on the verge of something great, something marvelous. Celebrate the day of joy is nigh."
The knives are already getting drawn out.
If you want, give me an insight.
How can I detect the emotions and physical tics of a fucking shroom?
Yeah, I was about to say, is this going to be a disadvantage because of how they are working?
No.
In which case, I know all.
Bum,
Yep.
bum, bum.
Yep. Harton, you easily pick up the other very large myconid. Not thrilled with what the other one's saying. Looks very uncomfortable. And Stool even seems a little bit uncomfortable at this stage. But the large myconoid moves over. I'm Sovereign Philo. You can see over here we have Sovereign Basidia. And we have already received the word that you have brought Stool back to us. But you do not understand how much joy this brings us all. We have been worried sick over the little one.
Yeah, it's nice to be wanted.
I'm going to look at Stool at this and see if he's reacting in any noticeable way. Like he's worried about all this.
He is worried, but not overly so, and he is happy to be back. You pick that up. There's just a little bit of confusion going on here.
He just wasn't interested in the religious schism.
But
We brought a bit more besides. We want to get out of here and all. Was a case of did we send word through?
no.
No. We've got this gentleman here. Sort of bring your head around here.
Okay.
I know, but
And he does.
he's the one who's
go
most
up.
likely to know. If you check around these spots here and possibly a few more, it might have developed a bit further. The man's been horrifically infected by abyssal spores of some kind.
Philo is looking about, and you notice the other one comes over and starts also doing their own investigation.
Don't cry loud, the man. He gets nervous. Give him some space.
No, they both come over. And they're kind of doing their little bit of investigation. And Philo just says, I do not think this is abyssal. Well, I tell you what, I'll do a little bit of looking into it, and in a couple days we'll see how it turns, alright? If it doesn't get better, then I have some ideas, maybe?
A couple of days. It's
been
alright.
getting worse for a while.
And it should have already done much worse to him in a shorter span of time. He's had this for quite a bit already.
I'm not concerned. I think it'll get better.
Wonderful, looks to Sovereign. How about yourself?
The other one, Basidia, is just kind of gives a little bit of a non-committal kind of movement. And
This is the guy we were told to go to.
Yep, but Basidia doesn't give any sort of one way or the other. But Philo does speak up and say, well, either way, I do recommend that, particularly if we're going to be doing anything about this, or... why did you come anyways? Was it just your friend here and to bring our little one back?
Oh, aye. But then we found out that, you've a lot of bit of an expertise when it comes to mushroom spores and fungi. So I thought you might be able to give us a hand here to help this lad. We were also shown the way by a druid who was horrifically murdered in the night as well. We did manage to deal with his killer.
Mm-hmm.
But he recommended Basidia here to have a few words about this sort of condition. Or at least have an inkling of where to go with it.
I can assure you, I'm fairly certain I know who can actually solve this little issue. I can simply go speak with the Great Cedar, and she'll tell me exactly what I need to know.
The Great Cedar. Sure, you can have a wee step there. Quickly check with Stool. You know that one?
Stool is confused.
That's a new name for you, a new term.
Yep. Philo does mention, the Great Cedar did show up after Stool had left.
No, he's just doing this on closed spore broadcast.
Oh. Yeah, Stool has no idea. Stool is confused.
Aye, because now I'm thinking as I communicate with the others as well, is the fact that the one reference we've heard so far of a spore creator and such of demonic influence happens to be a queen. And they're acting a little bit out of character according to Stool's familiarity. And there's quite a bit of uncomfortableness with the others as well. I am not entirely uncertain of there being another great demonic entity possibly extend its finger through here, or equivalent.
As you're trying to have this private conversation, Philo jumps back in to reconnect with you all. Just said, well, you do have this issue. I can bring the question up to the Great Cedar. You all can certainly stay for as long as you'd like. We can make sure to feed you all. The only thing I have to ask is that you avoid the Eastern Plateau. The Circle of Masters is preparing a wonderful and glorious surprise in the Garden of Welcome.
And I'm betting I don't see a flicker of joy in Basidia's eyes.
Basidia, just looks uncomfortable still. And Philo says, but tomorrow, if you really wish, I can give you a peek.
Fascinating. Well, I mean, we're not going to take advantage of hospitality. We do intend to head surface-wise, but we want to drop off a lad first.
Well,
we were just hoping you could give.
Do stay for 2 or 3 days. I mean, we have to check on your friend here after all.
Of course. We were hoping you could get a bit of a helpful guide to get us at least somewhat on the path towards Mithril Hall or Blingdenstone, one of those two.
Well, we do have people here that could help with that.
Wonderful.
It would take a little while to get an expedition going.
Do you have any names or descriptions about them?
Well, we can do a tour and cover all of that.
Oh, I don't need to put you out that far. Just their names, descriptors, and where I can easily find them will do simply.
Sarith actually speaks up and says, well, why don't we stay until tomorrow and see the sneak peek? It might be good to stay on his side. He's in charge here.
Right, Sarif. A private word here from a friend here, be afflicted. He needs a little bit of comfort here. Sarif, do you know a lot of races have their own form of the performing arts?
Yes.
And I'm sure you've been to a lot of drow operas or whatever, the equivalent to have, eh?
Yes.
Not every race has such enjoyable activities. We went to this one in Waterdeep that was a giant opera. I'm not entirely certain I want to survive mushroom theatrics and rituals. They're going to be puffing out their spore clouds and density. We might just simply asphyxiate rather than see anything.
I just think that it would be better to, play along.
I know that bit, and I'll definitely want to get you fixed and all. It's just a case of, does this not sound fucking sinister?
In ways, yes, but I still think that we should at least agree and play along. I do not want to be like this forever.
I know that, I know.
Also, like how you ask the drow, doesn't this sound sinister? The drow just goes, I've seen worse.
That's every day.
I know, but I just need to make sure we're all on the same pages here. He's not. If he said, oh, this is all peachy keen, this sounds great to me, then I know there's something fucking wrong with his head beyond the mushrooms.
Yeah.
All
For
right.
him, it's like, I mean, it's no torture night at the Knife Inn.
But who knows? Maybe they'll be crafting new sproutlings and have to carve off bits.
Give me an insight roll.
Now I get the 2.
He seems excited about the whole thing.
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
So, does your
sure,
Queen
come
Cedar
here.
do... Lovely chat with you, Sarif. It's alright, you can get back in line there. Does your Queen Cedar happen to do audiences or anything at their appointments? Is she up for a chat before this?
It's Great Cedar, not Queen.
Sure.
No, she does not. Not for the moment, anyways.
I'll blame the spores for that, It's obviously mistranslating some of the wordage.
Later, she most certainly will, but not right now. There's something very exciting going to be happening.
I've heard that quite a bit. It's a bit of a mantra, really. Your great melding, where you all become one connected consciousness.
It
Or-
will be very exciting.
I'm sure.
I mean, if you wish, you can stay and you can witness it.
You've been offering that plenty. We'll
Basidia
go
now
along with...
speaks up
Yeah.
and says, well, instead of focusing on that, why don't I take you on a tour of the area?
Absolutely. That
decide-
sounds like a wonderful idea. I've already looked arms with him.
Brader is having to restart, but he can hear me, so it's okay. And, yep, he does start taking you more off this way. And once you all are out of the area, he just says, I apologize for my co-sovereign.
You know that lot are going doolally, right?
I am afraid of this, yes.
There is something connected to them that is obviously a bit sinister, hiding behind the surface.
I make a suggestion of not staying in the grove for too long.
We didn't really have much intention of that, even under the best circumstances, because of course we want to hit the surface and all, we just want to return your lad to you. But this is a major issue, so we might have to help out if possible. Because my boy Sarif there is about his self-preservation, and Droy are quite... no offence to you, two of you, but they've got a reputation for being quite selfish, self-serving, preserving themselves entirely. Now suddenly he's interested in this.
He just kind of speaks up and says, well, that's why I'm interested. I want to stay on everybody's good side.
That's not how Drow work.
That is exactly how it works, good sir. Have you seen a matron mother?
Aye, actually, he punched her in the fucking...
That's
Well, close enough. She was a priestess, pretty high up, pretty old looking.
No, matron mother is different.
We'll find out, I'm sure.
Basidia gives a little bit of a nod and, one second. I do understand the situation, but speaking of your friend here, whatever the spores are in his head, I have seen it before, only a few times, and I did mention, well, you brought up our druid friend, yes?
Aye.
I cannot identify these. They're there, I've seen them, I do not know what they are, and I, of all people, should always be able to recognize all spores produced by any myconoids, which implies that this is not one of ours. Yet it presents as ours. The fact that Philo has not noted this also concerns me.
Well, he seems a wee bit distracted, I'll give him that. But aye, that was indefinite subterfuge there. All he's got in his mind is the Great Meldon and how many people he can bring along for it.
I am feeling as if he has been infected by some sort of tainted spore himself.
Aye, that would be about right. Which makes me does make me wonder about how the rest of you haven't.
That is not necessarily the case. I will be taking you up to the northern terrace, and you will see some of what I mean.
Alrighty.
But there has been a lot going on, and as a matter of fact, I am concerned about this Garden of Welcome. Our Garden of Welcome has always been there, yes. But I do know some work has been going on, and the new Circle of Masters has been installed up there. The last... what are they called? Sorry, I need to remember the terminology. Rain. Yes, the last group of softers that came through arrived not too many cycles ago and accepted Philo's offer, and I haven't seen them since. And Philo has not made mention of them since.
At that point, Harden's just checking his boots for a moment. Just a strange compulsion, never mind. Aye, that is definitely suspicious. Because you lot don't want to harm anybody, you're just there for yourselves, really. Just a nice little bit of harmony, aye?
Yes. We have always been in harmony, but things have changed.
Aye.
And he does turn to Stool. You remember our group meldings, yes? And the little one gives the agreements. We have even broken off where, instead of melding as one, we only meld in our circles. We have different circles to kind of do our jobs, and then we are all led by an individual. Well, now all that happens is each circle melds only within itself, and then the leaders meld with the other leaders. This is not how it has been, and I fear it's hurting the harmony within our grove.
In certain ways, this is all sounding very erotic, but yes, it definitely sounds like a problem.
I came here with my people, and Philo, we always did get along very, very well. It is very unusual for two sovereigns to exist in one area, but Philo welcomed us with open arms. We have been like this for a very long time, yet the situation has changed.
Still friendly, but he's got his agenda he wants to keep pushing hard, which sprouted out of, let's say, nowhere within a year.
No, less than.
In less than, I was just giving you a broad mark.
Pretty much this all happened after Stool left.
Don't worry, you're not to blame.
All I know is that
Help.
Philo accepted the Great Cedar, installed her in the, well, and he gestures far. You see where 5 is. There's a raised area up and around. And then the further back, you can almost vaguely see what seems to be some form of large mushrooms.
It looks humongous.
Yes. She has moved in there.
Have you seen
and
her
nobody's
yourself?
allowed in or out. No, I have not.
That's fascinating, that is.
I've been invited to the Garden of Welcome, but I have declined because I'm afraid that if this is some sort of poison spore, that if I go, I may become infected myself.
Aye, very likely, in fact. But it's fascinating that it's not... You're not allowed to keep secrets from him, or you're like a nice little tight-knit community, eh?
We never keep secrets, no.
So that should have been a big first red flag.
Do you know of anyone who has gone in and met the Great Spore or whatever she was called and
Great
started Cedar, and changed, started acting differently?
Or we're all
The
in...
only one I know who has met the Great Cedar is Philo.
Interesting.
I do know some people have gone to the Garden of Welcome, but that is about it.
Have any returned from the Garden of Welcome?
I believe the Circle of Masters have come down and about, yes. And I do know that the hunters do bring up corpses to the Garden of Welcome, and they come down, and I don't think they go all the way in, though. They haven't really been able to see what's going on inside.
Just as a wee side bit here, is it an offence to your community at all to walk around with an open burning flame?
Well, no, but I don't recommend it, just because things can catch fire.
Oh, I'm just thinking if we go up that way and spores tend to burst out, then an open fire might help dissuade them getting close. But aye, we wouldn't do it around the decomposed stuff or the gaseous areas. Just thinking.
I just don't recommend it very well.
Aye.
I don't think it would actually help. Our spores don't really have that issue.
Might need to sleep on this then. Which is not encouraging.
Normally I wouldn't ask something like this from new softers that have come through, but would you consider taking Philo's offer to go to the Garden of Welcome so that you may report back to me?
Perhaps only some of us should be going up there in case something strange should happen and go wrong.
Well, I'm thinking of one of yous at least.
My concern is the others have not come back, and that means that something bad has happened. You were making sure you were protected from good and evil?
No, that's why I'm saying I can really only recommend sending one person up, because I can only cast that once. You can't upcast that, annoyingly.
Yeah, it's only 10 minutes.
What about some of us get sneaky? I mean, that would be perhaps
Exactly,
rude.
we send someone who's a bit quick.
Hey, Jim Jar, you want to do me a favor?
Jim Jar, I got a bet for you. I bet you'll make it back without any issues whatsoever. 5 gold, 10 to 1.
You have you have to bet against him on that. He's not gonna bet on himself for not being able to make it.
Oh, I can do that, friend, depending on the situation.
He's an addict, he's got no issue there.
But he does give a bit of a shrug and says, if that is what you wish, I
No,
do,
we're just.
however, recommend a group, just because if they are going to potentially keep you there, only one of you might not be able to return.
Alright. No, they're just joking about that. We wouldn't risk a lot of yous, really.
I scrutinize.
Okay, you can
You
scrutinize.
you
roll
No, I'm
scrutinize?
No, I'm not
Fucking
gonna call
try
it
it, short stuff.
I mean, I'm not gonna do it, but just for comedy. Just the way you said that. No, we weren't kidding. Yeah, he was lying. But oh, gotta switch my thing back.
Yeah, he's legit. You see no reason to actually doubt Basidia.
I think he was talking more about Harton.
I was talking about hardness, like, oh no, yeah, we would never do that to you. No, man. I was jokingly calling him on his bullshit, like, yeah, he'd risk the nobody.
The man who has only thrown you out of his larder several times instead of every time as he should have.
Yeah.
As you fucking
that was
waddle
the
out of
joke.
there with a Scooby-Doo style sandwich.
I'm not a halfling. I make dignified sandwiches.
But it's also like 3 days since the last time Gatix ate.
Yeah, it's like he takes food in large quantities up to his lab office.
You can take it to fucking Horrocks house though next time.
Yeah.
I'm putting the locks up higher next.
It's like a college dorm. You go in there, it's just dirty dishes and empty food containers.
Things growing, some of them have record status on them. There's a few little post-it notes, don't touch this one, I'm interested.
Yeah.
Some written in Uzana's handwriting. So, who's interested in getting their heads possibly filled with more horrific spores? Who's willing to sit it out?
I mean, it might help me, so I'll go.
Lou, please, come on, have some
Darling.
confidence in yourself. You're doing this
Mushroom head.
because you are a... Fuck, you're an aspiring hero.
I'm a hero,
Aspiring.
Inspiring.
Which means not yet.
but this will help.
This is a good step towards it, aye.
Yeah.
The first rung of the ladder.
Also, I'm just going to highlight Lou's new token for you all to highlight what you're looking at here.
Yeah.
Oh, which one did he go with? Yes.
The one that is actually pretty close to Jarlaxle.
Yeah, I'd like to point out, I did not use any sort of a seed image for this. And yeah, hilariously enough, this one, which is also pretty good, they have a similar facial structure. So I'm just saying,
Both shitlords.
this is what poor Jarlaxle is dealing with right now.
Oh, yes, he is in such dilemmas with the constant wait a fucking minute, no he's not, that's me! I'm the one fucking dealing with this all the time.
Jarlaxle is away. He's like
Jarlaxle is sitting at his desk thinking, I like Felrit.
Yeah.
He's not sitting at his desk, if you remember, because he said he's in the Underdark right now.
He could be at his other Underdark desk, we don't know. He might not be busy every single day like us.
Under desk.
But that's his thought, so he's sitting there just thinking, I like Felric. He's useful.
Lou is giving Jarlaxle anxiety all of the time.
There's just a larger and larger bottle of antacids that are building up on his desk. I've never had a part of my plan be like this. Unreliable, unpredictable, dangerous to myself and everyone around me. I don't like this. Why are the strings so loose?
We are very off topic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is normal though, right?
Aye.
As you all are starting up to the second tier, he does turn and say, "You were mentioning you were trying to find a way out of the Underdark."
Aye. We'd like to go to one with civilization, but we're not too fussy.
I will admit, unfortunately, I myself don't know any sort of route. On my colony's migration to here, we did meet many travelers from the surface, but they were mostly merchants going either to or from Blingdenstone, Gracklestug, or Minzo Baronzon.
Well, Menzo's not really an option at this point. I mean, probably will be at some point, but at the moment it's a bit shifty.
Why is that? You have Drow with you.
Oh, only a couple of those count.
Not as many drow as you would think.
No, it's a case of, are you familiar with the concept of the big demons?
How so?
I just go and explaining the whole Demogorgon thing at the.
He does stop when you're having this conversation, and you can tell he's paying very much attention to it. That is not very far away from us.
No, it's not.
I appreciate greatly your news on this. This is bad tidings.
Well, if we weren't distracted by the whole Great Meldon thing and the Absolute and such, we would have brought it up a bit earlier, but kind of want to deal with this issue as well.
No, I perfectly understand. You don't have to worry about that from me. And then more of my people are out and about than one would expect right now anyways. Oh.
But I'm just seeing a few parallels here between what was going on in the Kuo-toa, which probably is not abnormal for them, but it looks a bit the same as what's going on here, of the old ways are completely gone for this new, sudden appearing option.
He kind of straightens up a little bit. You've given me more to consider. Here, let us continue walking. Oh, but first, to anybody who's willing to take it, he does reach out, and you don't know exactly where he gets it from, but it seems to be a very moldy scroll case.
I slap Lou's hand.
I wanted to touch the thing.
Hang on.
I know you were, but first, think about who this might be useful for.
What if it blows me up and that'd be fun?
No, we don't want that to happen.
Oh.
We don't, as he looks away from Lou and just closes his eyes, we don't want that to happen. We don't want that to happen. Right, we don't.
Yeah, we'll try
We
and
should
reach.
stop him casting any spells then, because that's a definite possibility.
It's
Yeah,
alright
we'll
if it's
reach out.
it's alright if it's accidental in this case though.
Yeah, we'll reach out for it in the beginning just to see if it's going to poison him just touching this mole.
No, it's benign.
But it is part of you.
If you open up the scroll case, you can see that it is a scroll of protection against fiends. And he mentions, with everything that you've said, I think this might be useful for you.
Well, that means we can get at least 2 of these going.
If you do stay here for a bit, I could potentially try to get some potions for you, but I really don't want to see you here more than a few days with the risks going on.
Especially the fact that we've currently got no solution option for Serif, so heading on would be a better idea quicker. But we want to get this resolved too. This
I
is
will
another
also mention. Well, I will mention that if you do help me with this Garden of Welcome question, I do have some extra payment that I can give to you for that. We do pay our debts here.
That's no big concern though, don't worry about that, but what about solving this here for a wee lad?
We have a lot of considerations for this situation. I want to know if maybe it might be time to pick up and try to leave again.
Aye.
With those those around who are willing and amenable to that sort of thing.
Aye. It might be nice if it's just simply a difference of opinion. That'd be fine. I'm sure it happens in a lot of colonies when the case of they get so big, yeah, divergence happens.
Not usually, no.
Seeing as things aren't looking quite right, do you have any possible cures for our drow companion here?
He gives a little bit of a shrug. I do not know. I was working with our druid friend on the matter, and unfortunately,
It was fucking awful.
Yeah.
We gave him what rights we could.
well, here, let us continue up. We're going up to the Circle of Builders. It's quite lovely. It's a little bit more focused on building the area up and about. The leader of the Circle of Builders is Gaspard.
Yeah, I must admit, it is fascinating to see what sort of infrastructure fungi folk require.
Things will be interesting. This is not going to be what one should be expecting. You will be making your own decisions. Please do come on up.
I see. As we enter upon them, the red light district. I see. Fascinating. Aye.
But yes, he leads you up to the more mid-tier of the terraces. And you notice that, the water trickling down from the walls of this cavern are channeled into crude but effective terraced irrigation systems. A thick and sweet smell is filling the air from the thousands of fungi of all colors and sizes around. And it is definitely an interesting bit of engineering. But you do approach up and you see it's a larger myconoid, not necessarily the size of either of the sovereigns, but he moves over to you and starts to rapport with you all. And almost immediately, Softers, do you have news of the surface world? The buildings, potentially?
Well,
What was the question again?
he wants to know about
Buildings.
construction, buildings. He's fascinated about the overworld techniques.
Oh, we just refurbished the whole tavern a few months ago.
Oh, please do tell me. What size was this?
Ah,
Now, why are you pretending?
I
You
mean,
see,
I find-
gags. He can tell you all about the stonework, though.
Oh,
I don't build
what
buildings.
was the stonework? Can you please tell me what stone was used? What were the dimensions?
All right. Well, so to understand it, we need to go back to the day where the Earth was first created.
And also Toril, our own planet.
In any case, I believe it was just simple granite.
That's the thing, he gives the whole spiel about how rocks were formed when Toril was but a molten mass without life upon it. And at the very end, it was a bit of a granite mix with a little bit of sandstone in, which honestly is a fucking cheap method that's going to wear out in a few centuries. That is not a good enough build.
He doesn't even miss a beat and says, what were the dimensions?
Oh, I do a rough estimation with my hands.
You want to borrow mine as well,
no,
so you've
no.
got enough for all directions?
Can we be a little bit more specific?
We can, we noted down a wee bit, because, hang on. Let me just take a look in the bag. Alright, I've got guild information here. Right, this is about 14 of the fucking forms I filled out here. You can look for the dimensions that are
Why
beyond.
did you bring them here?
Because I can't fucking trust them being anywhere else. Without this, we're fucking shafted if there's a hole in the wall.
That's why you make copies.
Oh, the copies are there as well, and some are in Uzi's book too.
Oh,
Not only is he going into this, he is definitely interested in all of this. He's even asking not only the size of the lumber, but even the density.
We just
He
go.
is being more than pedantic.
We also. Oh, Uzi should be talking to this one.
Eventually, I have no doubt he's going to get so pedantic that you all can't really assist him.
Well, we're
And
giving the best information we have to our recollection, because admittedly, now and again when we're building stuff for ourselves, there's a wee bit of leeway and such. I mean, we've built Gags' house about 3 or 4 times by this point in Red Shale, and it's a case of, it's a little bit different each time.
At 2 to 3 times, don't overblow things.
I mean, in the end, we just made it so that it came apart easier, because then we could just set the walls back up.
Bjorn, did you not hear that?
Over like a cardboard structure, and you just set the walls back up.
Bjorn, did you not hear that? Did you not hear that utterance from Garrix? He said, "Don't you overblow that. Us overblow something."
Aye, if anything, guys, you should underblow your house.
There's a reason we fucking rebuilt it multiple times. But, as I said, we do little variations, improvements and such, nice little new joins. And there's a wee bit of wiggle room, because you can draw it all down the paper, you can put the exact dimensions. Sometimes, due to the materials you get and the cut of them and all, they're gonna vary a wee bit. You can't get exact unless you're bringing in a full experienced crafting wizard.
He is getting a little frustrated with that, but he accepts it. And eventually he shares what his main goal is. He wants to create a fungal tower that is, and he says, even greater than Yigmorgus. And he's hoping that it's going to break through the Underdark to the surface world, possibly, with the aid of something he calls a Rumikos.
Rumikos. Now, just a quick question, though. It's the most important consideration, but it's a basic one you could ignore. Have you taken into account the effect that direct sunlight might have on the entire structure?
Yes, that is something that I definitely needed to consider, which is why I was asking you all.
Oh, okay.
The softers.
Right. Never built with mushroom before. Does it really split like wood?
The Zerkwood, yes.
Kind of fascinating how you can waterproof it properly.
No, it is no trouble. And besides, we don't really do the waterproofing. We need it moist.
But that's not really an option on the surface, though.
Oh, he said my least favorite word. Ugh.
What, the moistness?
Gaddix is twitching.
That's only because he's thinking of the times he got pulled out of a boat.
Yeah.
He has no other attachment to that word.
It's like oil is okay, everything else, no.
Oil, grease, and other separators, fine.
Yeah.
But he does not. It's like I do understand, but Urumikos will at least help with a vast majority of this. Getting up to the surface.
It's not something we've ever heard of before. Oh, on the surface.
Well,
Or on the surface. Aye.
down here, but it's going to be going up, and I believe that without any of this, without Urumikos, none of this will be possible.
I have no idea what that is, though. Jordan, anything? Uzi? It's not a type of potato horde, you can put your hand down. Bernie?
Gaspide does give the helpful bit of information, which is, well, it's going to be part of the great celebration to come.
Ah.
It will assist us with our goals.
What is it, in any vague sort of term? Out of curiosity.
We will be joined, and it's the Day of Joy.
No. What's it, Urumikos?
Part of the great celebration.
Hmm? Aye.
That's all you get.
Aye.
But who's on first?
No. Now it's time
Insight?
we get pedantic with him. No.
Give me that lovely insight.
Fuck's sake. I'm just gonna make a fucking book. How to read the races of the Forgotten Realms.
You can tell he doesn't know what it is. He has
But
no idea what a Rumikos is.
But he absolutely knows that he wants it. It'll be essential. That's what I'm
With
getting
the
at.
aid of a Rumikos, you don't know necessarily if it's a thing, a person.
Yeah.
Whatever a Rumikos is, he is convinced that it will help.
That's...
Also, I'll specify when I say he.
Yeah, it's a
I mean it
myconoid.
more in the gender neutral.
Yeah, I know. It's a thing. It's a mushroom.
However, the she was very specifically she, which does stand out.
Yeah. They're mushrooms. They literally transcend any concept of gender. They have many at certain times, at certain days. Right. Wonderful chatting with you. I'm glad you're all caught up there on your essential news and information.
And Basidia does jump in. Yes, I do need to bring our friends to go visit the Circle of Growers now. Would you be fine if we take him off to visit? And Gaspard just, oh yes. I do need to get back to. I need to make more of my plans.
Good luck on your tour.
Enjoy. I hope you stay.
We'll see. It's a lovely place, this. Good luck. Hopefully a god doesn't strike you down for this, particularly mine, as I'm getting the feeling of. You heard
As
that.
you go off.
You heard that, Sovereign, eh? He was
acquainted.
No. He were utterly obsessed with that, but he had no concept of what it were at all. But in his mind was implanted this thing that was part of the Great Meldon is essential to his existence.
I'm aware. When we're doing our melding of the circle leaders, it is very hard to push back.
Oh, you got a little bit of yourself recently?
Well, we always have to meld at the end of every day, and we exchange our ideas, and I do not like this new plan that Philo has, where we're only melding within our circles, and only melding the groups, the leaders of the groups together. It's creating more disconnect than it is harmony.
That's a hierarchy for a more well, softer species, as you might say, because we've got different methods of communication, whereas you have just the unity sort of thing going on.
We have always been that way, and it is not the case anymore.
So that's a bit of a worry there if it's been swimming about in your head as well. Is it just a sharing of spores, or is there more to it? Like, you don't melt down or anything, conjoin.
No, we simply open our communications. Like we are now. Except for usually more voices are speaking all at once and we make a consensus. Or not.
I really should have asked earlier, but I had a completely different idea of what your Meldons was each time. Alright, this is fine then, so it's just a chat.
Effectively, yes, but with us it is a little bit different. We're not afraid to all talk at once and we can sort it out.
Aye, okay then.
But usually we have our 8 hours of work, we have our 8 hours of meld, and we have our time of rest.
It's a lot of talking. But you're sharing spores when you do this, eh? Because that's how you communicate.
Yes.
That's a worry.
I can tell that whatever it is, I don't think I have it.
Alright.
I'm pushing back quite strongly, unlike the other ones who are not so much.
Hopefully that's the case. But we'll see when we get to see the great Seether. But for now, let's take a look at the builders area. This is a lovely little place.
It is. Most of what any sort of buildings would be done is out of Zirkwood. I know the Drow, actually, in Menzo Baronzon use predominantly Zirkwood. It is more equivalent to, yes, your surface wood.
I forget, Felric. Are you a Menzo man?
Felric does nod. Yes, I do come from Menzo Baronzon.
I couldn't recall that there, but... Does it have any... Does the Zirkwood have any kind of different aura to it, or scent to it, compared to just regular woods?
I mean, if you get really close to it, but most processed wood eventually will lose that scent anyways.
Yeah. It'd be interesting if we could, we could expand the cellar of the bar a wee bit, maybe. Give it a different sort of, mushroom grove kind of feel. Well, not a mushroom grove, but you know what I mean, underground grove kind of feel. A bit more natural.
Well, no doubt we'd be able to acquire some Zirkwood for a countertop or such.
Oh, aye.
Getting actual mushrooms from the Underdark up here could be an issue because most of them will die in the sunlight.
Oh no, I'm sure
Or even die above ground.
I'm sure there's ones in Waterdeep we could talk to. It's just a wee thought playing about now.
And yes, Basidia does bring you over to the Circle of Growers, which is on the same platform. You meet the leader of this circle, Hibotbi. It's very interesting where they have no opinion one way or the other, really. You do hear, general consensus of, oh, good to meet you. but nothing crazy yet.
Just a
They
builder.
just-
Just wants to do his job building shit.
No, this is Circle of Growers now.
Ah, Circle of Growers, okay. And next we get to the
they're-
Circle of Showers, which is much more intimidating.
Basically, you're in the farming section where they start trying to, make sure that the soil is fertile, the pools remain fertile.
You know what I should have asked? I was curious on this, even for Horic's benefit. Are any of your buildings still edible?
What? Who is that to?
Just in general. Probably the Sovereign, Basidia.
No, structures, no.
Alright, different materials. I'm just curious.
You really wouldn't be eating Zerkwood.
Well, I know about there. Just curious. Just think of it, Horic. You build a shed. Then you cook the shed.
No, no. Build the smokehouse.
Ooh, not a bad idea right there. Nothing left but the hooks and the grill.
But the growers at least seem to be sane individuals. Hip-Hop B doesn't seem to be too much one way or the other, and as you leave the city, it is explained that they don't like Philo's new ideas and seem to be missing the mass meldings that used to happen, but any of Basidia's concerns are generally dismissed, so it's hard to tell one way or the other what way they're leaning.
They just want to do their jobs, I imagine.
Exactly. Either way, I suppose we could move.
Which is nice,
Down-
except for the fact that it does allow things to happen. Well, if they don't lift a finger, then problems might get worse.
Exactly. That is my current concern.
Right.
And yes, you're brought across the main floor again. And you are brought to an area described as the Circle of Spores. And the Basidia explains this mound area is devoted to sporing new myconids. Freshly spored myconids are, and he kind of gestures a little bit, only very, very little tall, and they do not have awareness yet, but they will quickly grow into sprouts like, well, our little friend here.
Someone else talk, my throat's scratchy already, come on.
It's all complicated. I wouldn't know what the Gaddix would say.
So that's where they come from. I always knew I grew up like that, but I had a brain first. The legs came afterwards. That's lovely wee tykes and wee ones.
The only thing
So where do you store your potatoes?
Warwick,
we do not have potatoes.
Let us leave. This is a silly place.
ignore him as best you can.
Actually, that's a good question. What does the myconoid do to ingest?
Well, we get that mostly from our surroundings. We are fungi.
So you
Do you? Is it?
What about
from
other people?
cre-
What about other people?
Is it from just stuff that's rotting on the ground that you're devouring, or is
You
it
are
from
giving
other
me very
plants?
complicated questions I don't have the answer to.
Yeah, they just draw things from all over their body like mushrooms do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's just they've got mobile roots. Well, not
Yeah.
roots. Mushrooms have a different thing, but you know.
Yeah.
That's
I
about
know
the gist of it.
I know how mushrooms work. It's
Yeah.
just for
Yeah, myconoids don't have
contrast,
mouths at all, so they don't have that sort of. They
Yeah.
just draw it up like mushrooms do and process it.
They're big giant mushrooms.
So they're really just a series of tubes.
Basidia does also explain, though, that usually they're trying to keep an approximate amount of myconoids to keep the balance in the grove. This has changed recently. The Circle of Spores has decided that they need much more myconoids and has started many more sprouts than what one would expect.
More than they really have a balance of taken care of and such, because they just need more numbers. That's a great worry. That is trying to start an army.
But you are brought to the leader, described to you as Yibarop.
Mhm.
I've got to admit, I'm a
Hey.
bit worried with the whole creche being right beside the farm. I know they probably have no issues identifying, but I feel like those tiny mushrooms and those tiny
Oh, no,
mushrooms being
the-
close together is a worry.
The farm is up here. The area you've moved down here now.
Okay.
But when you're brought over, it's a very strange thing where this leader is just standing there, swaying to the music that can't really hear it right now, and it's not that loud. Just swaying as if it's kind of listening to music.
Still, that's not normal behaviour, is it?
No,
Aye.
no, it is not.
I think this one's far gone here.
It actually takes Stool moving up and sending the rapport puffs out to get its attention, and it turns, and then it does open up its rapport to everybody and say, "Oh, hello there, everybody. It
Oh,
is good to see you.
Lovely to see as well. It's a bit of a toe tapper, isn't it?
You all actually do, now that you have opened up the rapports, you hear this, I guess it could be music? It's more like some very interesting cacophony.
what is that?
Oh, it is my music! Isn't it fascinating? It's lovely.
Your music. Are you creating this?
No, I just hear it. I think it might be the music of the Great Cedar. That's my assumption.
I see. So, how long ago did did that start at the beginning?
Oh, shortly after the Great Cedar arrived.
Well, I guess that makes sense then.
This is a very exciting time, and I hope you stay for the great melding. Currently, we're very busy here, unfortunately, I do have to say, with, well, in order to spread the happiness brought by the Great Cedar to everybody in the Underdark and beyond, we need as many sprouts as we can get.
Hmm.
Don't like the sound of that for some reason.
Well,
mean,
spreading
is
to
that-
everyone. You know,
Yeah.
usually that's the biggest of red flags.
To everyone in the Underdark and beyond.
Yeah.
specifically.
And beyond. Mm.
Just
Yeah.
glancing at Basidia like, you had small concerns about this? Ooh, a lot of this place is going to get very smoky.
This is said, and then almost immediately he's turned back, and you swear he's talking to the newly spored myconids.
Look on the bright side, Bjorn won't have to ask where the creche is. He knows.
And as a matter of fact, it's now started singing to the new little tiny.
Oh dear.
Somebody give me an insight.
Hang on. I think the button still has some give in it.
You want some help there?
Ah,
He's got
sure.
Okay, yeah, I'm not much of a. We're all rolling lower.
Wait, Bjorn has it. Bernard does not.
Luckily, because we're in their cloud of spores showing all their emotions and thoughts, they're quite easy to read.
Harton and Bjorn, you're able to pick out the words and impressions in this lullaby that it's singing. It's singing of the Great Cedar and her wedding to the Great Body, and how every myconoid is invited, bringing joy to all in the world of below and above.
Hmm.
That's wonderful. That's so fucking hell.
Yep, that would be Uzana, Bjorn, and Harton.
Dun dun dun.
I sang you something much more romantic than that.
Her
Well,
wedding
yeah.
to the Great Body.
Well, I did
Yes,
use that
but-
lyric, yes, and as you can see, it was absolutely true.
It just flexes a little bit.
Or he pulls back her sleeve to show the no muscle.
You're also able to
What?
see as you're having this conversation, you're actually back here.
The
You see
joke
there's
that
a
for the great
path.
body actually meant Uzana pulls back her sleeve to show off the arm. How can you not love it? It's
strength.
blue.
And she has 14 strength, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Frack your head open with a stick.
Didn't work though. I just love the regret she had.
I'm sorry.
It was a good moment.
But I don't want to.
Come
Crack.
on.
But
And it was
standing-
max damage crit.
Yeah.
it was great. And he still failed the save.
Yeah, despite having the highest number for it.
Yeah, there's a reason I picked you for it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Worked out.
As
Oh,
you
well.
all, yeah, as you all are having this conversation, it's clear that he's not even noticing you there anymore. He's gone. You do notice there's a path up that way with two. They're a type of spore servant. What are these things technically?
I really hope this shit is reversible, or we've got some serious issues in the future.
And he does bring you back a little bit. Let me get a picture of what these spore servants are in their non-horrible form. They're going into tabletop. You see two of these that have been sporified
Aha.
and standing watch on the path.
Hmm.
See, out of
Those-
character, I can say something about this.
That's a chill.
Yeah, the fact
Those
that
do not look like mushrooms.
no, they're spore servants, as in they are
Yeah.
puppets for them.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking, does the Stone of Galore have any opinion on this?
Does anybody ask?
I imagine it would make itself known. It's a bit of an asshole.
Yes,
Not
Gaddix
always.
is well acquainted with the asshole.
And I have to say it that way because none of the party would recognize these things.
Hmm.
I'm going to look at Bernard and say, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we do have a.
What kind of fucking shrimp is that?
A weird one. I don't like the look of this one. I'm just
Give me a
wondering how
nature.
people-
Bernard, any chance you want, you could come up and join the rest of the group.
I'm
You
just
sound
saying
so
that
far
we
away
said
from your
I
mic.
like-
The only thing is, it doesn't seem natural to you.
That'd be about right. I'm normally above ground.
There we go. Now
It's
we can hear
not
you
a
properly.
beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a beast, you don't think.
I'm gonna find it this fucking thing and talk about it. It does look delicious, doesn't it? Be honest, not just me.
And I've seen the larger lobsters, to be honest.
We have actually.
Yep, unfortunately, so far nobody has figured it out.
I have no clue. Wouldn't even pretend to know.
Lobster mixed with mushroom. Sounds like a meal that could work.
But looking at the thing, it probably has some sort of language and intelligence to it. Well, not now, obviously, but before it was filled with spores. Do you know what they are? Basidia?
Chulls.
Chulls. Opens up Mavolo's guide, flicking through.
It probably would not be in Volo's guide.
No, of
but,
course not. No. There's just...
He does explain that they hate surface-dwelling humanoids and wants to eat them more than anything.
Charming. Would you say they're more of a person than a beast?
Hard to say.
Bollocks. If it's got any question mark on it, then it's pretty much, yeah, it's not just an animal.
Which does mean we can't eat it.
So, are these ones linked to the Great Will, do you think?
These are, well, our spore servants.
I'm saying more of, would you say they're on your side or puppeted by other sides?
They should most certainly answer to most of us, particularly myself or Philo.
Hopefully that rings true.
But I assume we don't want to go that way because that goes up to the Garden of Welcome.
I will have to go to Ignoramus, eh?
Well, no, we don't go up that way. We'd have to go through the garden. We'll instead go up the path, and he gestures around this way.
Fucking, it's like being back in the city with a walking tour like this. Aye, let's go.
And yes, he does explain these terraces up here. I'll just put you up over here. They aren't as wide or as fertile as the ones to the north. They're very calm and quiet, and the only sounds are really kind of floppy splashes as water drips from the stalactites above onto the caps of the oversized mushrooms sprouting from the earth nearby. But he says, you definitely do want to speak to Risharu here. We're going to the Circle of Explorers first. If anybody knows an area and a way to get out of the Underdark, Risharu would know.
Excellent.
Rishiru, I would say his loyalty lies in my concerns. He spends a lot of time out in the Underdark in general and has been shocked when he's come back to see the changes.
Aye, that's good.
If anything, he's a little bit more paranoid about the scenario. He doesn't really want to talk to other people beyond me right now. This does concern me a little bit, but...
Well, I can understand the shock system, but, I mean, we're outsiders, so maybe we'll be more agreeable to him.
And you are led, and Rishiru does immediately notice you all entering and opens up a rapport. Hello, friends. We don't usually see softers, well, other than the group that had come by somewhat recently. What brings you here?
Well, we could use a bit of help to find our way out of the Underdark.
Well, first and foremost, we were here to drop off a wee lad until we found out what was going on here.
Oh,
We may
well,
take him with us when we leave at this point.
Along with a few others, depending on the circumstance.
and you can see he looks over to Basidia to get a little bit of a confirmation, and once his concerns are leveled, he says, well, I do have a few escape plans that are ready in the case that we do have to leave, along with some nutrient caches hidden along our exit tunnels in case Basidia decides it's time for us to leave.
Good, smart, man. Yeah, it works. That's good to hear. Alright, but we were also looking, I mean, before we knew what was going on, just to see if we could get a safe enough start of a route, or even a route itself, towards the direction of Blingdenstone or Mithril Hall.
Well, if you're looking for the surface, I do know some promising ways up. I have not followed them all the way. But
any steer in a direction is perfectly fine.
Blingdenstone and Mithril Hall, I do know the general direction, and yes, I would be actually happy to lead you myself if the situation comes, or at least send one of my scouts with you.
Fantastic.
He does pause, and he and Basidia have a little bit of a conversation, and then quite abruptly he says, well, only if you're willing to assist us with our issues.
Well, we've taken a bit of an interest in it already.
Okay. That is fine.
Because what we're seeing here is this is a... I mean, he's told you about what we found in the lake and all by the Kuatoa village. Might want to cover that bit.
Basidia does inform him of the information. This makes me very concerned. I have people who are out and about, and this...
I'm sure most of them would know to just run away from such a thing.
I would hope, but if it's something like that, I'm not sure if they would be able to outrun. I would say the Circle of Hunters should probably also be warned as well.
Might probably be a good idea.
Hmm. I. If you do need any assistance, don't be afraid to come on around. And yes, if you help us, I'll be happy to either go myself or, well, send at least one of my men with you. Or one of my explorers with you. Just give me a little bit and I'll be able to sort out some of the best routes. Which way do you think you want to go?
Away.
I mean, this is going to be a bit of tough questions. Not really familiar with any directions. What?
It's really about getting to the surface the quickest and safest way, which is why we're avoiding the regards. So we were thinking, like, Blingdenstone's close, but that monster's been seen in Benzo, which is pretty close there. So it might not be in good condition. Or certainly not as fully hospitable as it could be usually. Even though we do have a couple of Smurf Emblem who probably love to go home at this point.
You do get a chorus of agreements.
Aye.
I will temporarily pull you up over here. He does mention that depending on how far out you want to go, Blingdenstone is probably the most consistent way because there are surface traders that go from there and back, and safety in numbers. If you want to go all on your own, I'm not going to put an X down. I'm just going to open the area. He does think he can potentially find a way for you out in this subsection over here. And he does mention that there have been some traders that he's spotted along this route that he might be able to potentially link up with. And there was a secondary route he was thinking of down this way.
Aye. The only real worry alongside the Demogorgon bit, of course, of Blingdenstone is probably be some refugee drow and such in the area that are just looking to take advantage of what they can. So we might have to deal with patrols of them or whatnot.
Felric does mention Blingdenstone probably won't want to be accepting any drow refugees if there are any.
No, I just mean them lingering in the area from them scattering the Menzo. Like, what if it was a slaver party that was tending to go to Menzo, got the word, and then just decided, let's hang around here for a bit. Not in the city, of course, but in the area. But aye, there's a few...
The city does mention if Menzo Baronzon has been attacked, then why were the ones that came here not concerned about this?
Oh, you had Drow here? You brought them up a few times. Is it alright if we ask about them?
Oh, certainly, yes. They came here just a few cycles ago.
Were you able to pick out anything? Well, did you notice anything about them at all?
Well, they were drow. There was a woman.
Were they highly adorned, or just sort of plain travelers?
All I know is that they were looking for something.
One of the was there a travel companion with them that happened to have a face like with a lot of tentacles coming out of his head?
No.
I mean, they know what a mind flayer is, I imagine.
Oh, definitely not. No.
No?
There was not. Well, no. They.
Oh, he's answering.
He said definitely not to the mind flayer thing. No, it was just a collection of drow, a woman and 6 or 7 men. They were in search of something, and they went up to the garden, and then they didn't come back.
I'm guessing it didn't say anything, detail-wise.
Not specifically. They just thought that whatever it is might have been here.
That's a worry.
With some explanation, you do find out that a couple cycles are probably a 10-day or 10-day and a half. They were here pretty much about the time that you were going through the Dark Lake. They had arrived.
And were they coming from Menzo or a different direction?
No, they were coming from an outpost.
We might not have known, actually. But it's also a case of it might be entirely known by this point, and they met their issue in the garden. We're gonna have to check that one out.
Aye, and it also sounds like it's not gonna be a good idea to be very few, because I imagine that they're probably going to help out the Seed Mother.
So Wreath finally speaks up and just says, if they just arrived recently, is it possible that they came in looking for us?
No, highly doubted.
And how
They
would they have gotten
probably-
so far ahead of us?
Aye, I mean, we crossed the lake.
Probably wouldn't even have been able to send out a message that quickly. They wouldn't even know we went in this direction in the first place.
But, on the flip side, if they had been looking for us, if we were some advanced little party, better to put them in the ground now than worry about them coming behind us.
Or maybe they'll be grateful that we helped them and let us go.
No.
You sure?
You have trouble saying thank you.
He sighs, Felric sighs and says, Lou, drow are not thankful.
I'm such a thankful person.
Well, you're different.
Yes,
Fucking hell are you
that is why
different?
I like you.
I got Felricked. I got food back home.
You got a
Sometimes I
loving
don't blow up, I do
family of
magic.
so many relatives.
A lot of relatives.
And the mother of it is a
Hey.
fucking danger, I'll be perfectly honest.
Hey!
She never even let you swim, did she?
She did.
Well, you know, being that I was in a basket, it was never proven that I actually could swim in the water.
Trial by fire, go.
It's water! No! Wrong fire!
Sink or swim, boy. But it's lava. Sounds like Elf talk to me, boy. Right. Well, do we have much left to go here on tour, or shall we just get right down to breaking through that garden?
We do have more, yes. And he does bring you down. We'll be able to see the circle of hunters. I think he's not openly necessarily agreeing with me, but it's fairly certain that he is also concerned with the scenario. And oh no, I don't want Father Boar. I want Congo to move. Thank you. Back down into the that very interesting muck that you had to walk through, the giant forest.
Just
brings
gathering
one
our breath
down.
back. There was a better route this way. That's what I'm putting down my review here. Is the tour could be organised in a better way.
Up along the sides.
Because it's like we went near here, and then we had to go down here and around here, and then up along here, and now we're going back.
Well, he's bringing you down. He's going to be bringing you back over to 3.
Even worse.
But as he goes, the circle mound sits at the edge of the wilds, but still within inside. And he brings you over to somebody he calls Lube. Oh, God. Somebody pronounce this for me.
Well, paste it.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. It's a roll 20.
Lubamoob.
Lubamub.
Oh, Lubamub sounds better, yeah.
There we go. And he does greet you friendly, but a little bit wary.
As we continue being in the Swedish side of the Underdark, Lubamoob.
Oh, ouch.
Lubaloob, Niblit.
Oh, yes. Eurovision.
Keep them blinked stew.
Means Oberanzen.
No.
And of course, our favourite hero from there, Jarl Axel.
No.
And Ritter.
Pain in her face when you say Jarl Axel is the best.
He
Not
does
forgetting
greet you.
Zaknifine, and also Grumpf.
Grump is the same. That's the bad part.
Yeah, Grump doesn't change because it's a fucking orc's name, not a drow's name.
Yeah, I've said that since I came across the name in her books.
One of the most powerful wizards in all of Forgotten Realms, and
And
his
those-
name is Grump.
En daarvoor de exile. Er is hier toeorden.
Oh, that one hurt even me.
Kommer fra mens av Ransen.
Okay, this is starting to hurt me.
No, I'm done here. So he quite happily.
Har du sett min flotta hatt?
Be sure you watch out for those eat it fields. Just suck your brain.
So, as I was saying,
And of course, the swerve nibbler.
Lubamub is greets you.
Lubamub, let's go.
Oh, bye.
And welcomes you to the Circle of Hunters. And actually asks, one of the things he asks is how long you are planning to stay.
As few days as possible, actually. At this point, it's looking like until things are resolved.
Thought we were gonna go home.
What are you fucking talking about? He's asking how long we're staying here.
Oh yeah, we're here to
How
help.
can ears that long be closed?
Yeah, how long are his ears? Like, is he like Warcraft elf ears?
You gotta pull the tip to make them work.
Felric told you that bit, huh?
Oh.
Felric looks so confused right now.
He's probably blushing.
No, it's too confused. Doesn't pick up on it.
Doesn't, you know.
Lou only picks up on it because he used to be a bard-like being.
Bard-like being. That's other words. Yeah.
He's clearly never a bard.
Never a bard, never happened. Always wild magic.
Very lucky up until this point.
No, he always had it. He just, didn't know how to use it. There you go.
Yeah, Felric's told me that bit as well.
Now that would get him. That would get him blushing. But
aye, we're looking to possibly resolve this issue that you've got going on here. Because it's a fucking worry.
well, if you end up with any sort of spare time while you're here, there are some things that potentially could be useful to be taken care of. That's hard for us to do.
Such as?
We have a Brick Alpha that has been moving about in our, little area here, and it would be preferable if it could be removed.
Correct. Bjorn, are those the brain tentacles or a worm with beaks?
I think it was the second one.
Aye. Those alphas get big, don't they?
They do.
I've heard they can be domesticated.
Oh no.
He says it just to see a wave of shudders among the party.
I mean, Hooten could use a sibling. There's no other owlbears around here.
And just because he can, he wants to make it worse. Yeah, Greg Alpha. Anything else?
A Shambling Mound has also taken up residence, and it's
No, that's
exhausting some of
Bernard.
the soil. No, it's exhausting the soil.
Oh, that's pretty bad, aye. Oh,
So kill,
shamblers.
capture, remove. What do you want?
Kill. I do know Basidia was hoping that it could be situated. And Basidia actually does speak up. If I could receive the corpses, number one, I could. We do want the Grick mainly so that we can animate it and help use it for defensive purposes. But the Shambling Mound just needs to be removed. If you could bring their corpses to me, I can, pay you for it.
Oh.
It's very weird to hear this chat offered to me. It's very strange. Oh, gotta keep in my mind, it's not negative plane energy. It's not that. It's spores, it's puppetry by mushrooms, that just using the muscles and contractions.
Yes, they're not animating the. Well, they are animating the body, but the spirit is long since passed, and it's not being forcibly reinserted into the body.
Well, it's not that. It's the fact that they'd be pumping negative energy into it, which is usually how you create undead and why they also want to annihilate all life. But in this case, this is just more like advanced puppetry. That's what I'm trying to keep in mind when he brings it up each time.
All right.
As a holy man, I've got, aversions to this sort of thing.
But recycling is good. We need to save the planet.
It is, but it's still... It's different. It's different. I have to keep that in mind.
Just pretend it's your body they're animating.
No.
No, that'll make it worse.
Lou?
Yes?
Why did you say that?
I was trying to help. I thought,
No.
depersonalize it, make it more like a...
No.
Why did you say that instead of just thinking it and realizing, no, that's not helping?
I could have thought about it, but I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
There's your mistake. Next time,
Maybe-
try to think about it.
I should go to doctor school to learn bedside manner.
Darling. Okay,
course,
empty-headed
Felric wants to-
strategy.
Felric wants input on the bedside manner, I see.
Oh, that's
He's
so
out of the
pathetic.
conversation now.
That's so bad.
Uh,
That's definitely matching the expression on your new token. That is exactly a
Okay,
line
here's
from that
the-
shitlord.
Here's the dumbest thing I've remembered. Okay, so I'm in the compendium,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm trying to pull out a stat block onto from the compendium on, and potentially, onto a creature sheet. How do I do that?
You make an NPC sheet, don't you? And then drag that onto it?
How can I do that though? Because
I don't know, I've never used the compendium for this sort of thing.
indeed.
No, I'm just gonna do this the hard way.
But I could swear there's a way to make them gel together.
Yeah.
Is it even like on the compendium entry for it to like add creature or something?
No.
No right click option or anything?
Nope. That's why I'm very confused.
I've no idea. I've always just made my own monster sheets.
I'm trying to add. So in the compendium, you have these monsters, and I wanted to. Oh wait, never mind. I figured it out. Turns out when you click on it, it just does it. Okay,
Okay, that's handy.
that was dumb.
Let's go fight the Grick, guys.
Woo!
Basidia asks if you need assistance, or if it will be okay.
Yes, take
I
that.
think-
Take this spare gun. Let's go.
Yeah, I think we'll be fine.
Thank you for the
Anyone in
offer.
But don't you want this?
Anyone-
It's a mushroom bomb.
there?
It makes a mushroom cloud.
Well,
But seriously, get far away when it goes off.
I will be back at the circle. If you need anything, please do come around. We can even find a place for you to stay if you. Well, and also potentially if you need, I can find a way to get you up to the Garden of Welcome before they plan their surprise.
That would be the idea. Like, I just sort of said that as a bit of a fun bit. As a case of, we kind of want to solve this religious dispute, which might be abyssal influenced. It's quite important. But if it really needs preparatory time to get us into the garden and whatnot and to see what's going on, then yeah, we could throttle a Grick instead of just wandering around the village sitting on our duffs for a while.
I'll have to ask, but I think I can get you up there much quicker than a day, because if he's planning on something that makes me concerned for your safety, it might be better to spring it on him when he doesn't think it's going to happen.
Aye. So you get working on that. We'll help out and kill a monster for a bit.
I thank you most greatly. I appreciate this.
No worries. But we're not dealing with a fucking mound. You're up, Bjorn. We're not going for everything. Well, we could. It would be hilarious. So,
Alright.
Hunter Man, Libamoob. Where are we looking?
Well, and he does give you a rough area. It's been spotted. I guess he's not. Thank you. Sorry, it wasn't updating properly.
Now, just remember, guys, after this we might be thrown down with some manifestation of a demonic queen of spores and fungus, so don't get too injured, you know.
Aye.
He specifies that the crick has been more in the center. No, thank you. In the center area, which conveniently is a little bit more off the direction you'd want to go to head back anyways.
Oh, that's wonderful. That'll save me some shoe leather.
So,
You know,
are
you
you
probably
ready
make a
to...
killing selling boots, Horton, if you just, market it right.
Lou, what did we
What?
just cover?
This is a totally separate issue. I didn't talk about any corpses.
No, it's more about thinking before you say things.
There you go, you see that? That is the wonderful, wise words of my beautiful blue wife. Who
I'm
thinks
gonna be rich.
before she says things. Sometimes too
I'm gonna
much.
be rich.
But she thinks before... Will you shut the fuck up and listen to me?
Money.
Think before you speak, even if it's a moment. Even if your thought is yes or no, listen to it.
What if it's always yes?
Then
Then
we'll
you
have a
have
bigger
other
problem that we will deal with later, but for now we establish one of the issues.
What if it speaks primordial?
Now here's a knife, your frontline duty.
Oh, I guess I'll die today. I have a sword, just for the record. Can I use that?
No, you don't get to use that today. Not after saying that, you get a knife.
Do I have to hold
give
a
me
better
all your
blade?
money.
Can't. I owe it to Jim Jar, even though he owes me money.
Don't you look so cash money right now? Oh, you're an upwardly mobile entrepreneur. Look at you. You're about to be eaten. Hey, don't
By
be
the
stupid. Of
rough
course I'm not
jaws of
risking you like that. Give me the knife back. You stay behind me.
Oh, I'll cast spells.
It's like
Or
he's
maybe
just,
not.
he's just letting him walk the distance, thinking he's going to be in the front line.
Maybe I should use 2 knives. That sounds reasonable.
I'm going to need 2 nooses for this.
But somebody roll me a d20.
Not it. I have rolled the most so far.
6.
That's how many Grell show up.
No, we're doing Grick, not Grell.
No, that's irrelevant. We're fighting a Grick Alpha, but some Grell just show up.
That's how many Tyrannosauruses are lurking around the corner.
It's alright, they're only armed with crossbows. They've got 1 shot in them.
And they can't aim. They're at disadvantage.
But you do wander about, and yeah, it is a lot more difficult to wander about than you expected. I do not want lighting, cheese, and crackers. I just want to move people. Why am I on the wrong? I don't want to be on the weather. I want to be on tokens. Sorry, I had some moments here. Is he on the right layer? Rhymony, I am having trouble. There, no, he is on the right layer. We're all good. It does take you a fair amount of time, maybe an hour, 2 or 3 even. It's easy to lose track of time when there's no sort of indication of passing time. But eventually you do run into the Grick.
To be fair, I think we have this. Fucking size of a party at this point.
Yep. Give me your initiative.
Oh no, that's the old ways. There we go. Now we got the new hotness.
Yep, this is the new ways. This is before I had prepped everybody, including Lou.
I want to use Bad Lou.
Alright.
But I am going tomorrow.
Let me just copy over everything I have written down.
Oh, you're using that token for Rosanna now.
Yes.
Very fancy border you went with.
Yes. I like to go fancy at times.
You'll have to send to me.
Oh, Jim Jar goes on my initiative, right? So
It's one of the best ones.
how the hell do I roll for him? I was like, oh, duh, he goes on my initiative.
There's Lou.
Okay.
Ugh.
Can I raise my
quick new
token
token.
so I'm I'm closer up. So
Yes.
way
No, all the way back there, boy.
You're a slow dwarf. You
Yes,
definitely would have
please
had
do
trouble keeping
arrange
up, right?
Your tokens.
Thank
Here's
you.
You know what's annoying? In pretty much every fucking game I play, even as a puppeteer, I cannot pull my token back. I have to always be up front. But I'll go back 2 ranks. There we go.
I got a knife.
Oh, this is
And
up.
Turby is going to be well
Hey.
back.
Ah, okay. I should.
But yeah, if I'm going to change the layout, you're going to send me those tokens.
Yep, sure.
Cool should probably also be a bit further back.
He's basically in someone's bag.
Where are we forming up?
Well, who do you think's at the front line there? We've got the dwarf and the monk. So distance as you decide. It's just skewed because the cleric likes to be in the front line.
Yeah, that'll put
Why
us.
are you bringing Jim Jar into the fight?
Well, he has a hand crossbow. I have a gun. We have a 30-foot range, so.
Okay.
I'm measuring out range. I was like, we're getting just in range, and we've got you and Kago.
Top of the
We're
round.
second rank.
Bjorn.
Yep. Well, I'm just gonna move straight up ahead to swing twice.
Spider.
There's a 16 hit.
16 does not hit.
Oof.
It's a good start. Bet you wish you had those
that
20s,
one's
huh?
not gonna hit.
Oh.
What?
How do you do this?
Well, you saw what I rolled to begin with.
I
I wasted
another
all
plus sword.
I wasted all my good rolls earlier today. That was a lot of 19s and 20s in that. Okay, well, action search and yep.
There you
There we
go.
go. We have a hit.
1 and 4 with a +2 sword.
Yep.
You did it.
And a +9 to hit as well.
Now, if you don't mind, I'd like my Blood Bowl dice back, please.
So it's a +11 to hit.
No, it's a +7 with a +2
some
sword. Yeah.
No, my regular modifier is +9 apparently.
No, it's if you open up your weapon, you'll see it's got a magic value of 2.
Yeah, because it's a +2. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, if I could have my D6s for Blood Bowl back, Scott.
7, 1, 3, 11.
Oh, he did get a 7. Okay.
Yes.
I mean,
Okay,
I wouldn't
you're not-
mind a 7 on my D6. I'm quite happy to
Wait,
have that.
No, I'm saying.
I'll take the 1 off, please.
Did you mix the D8 scatter die in there? You did, didn't you? No, you don't roll that one like that.
Are you sure you want those dice back?
That's how bad Bjorn's accuracy is. He doesn't roll a D20, it's a scatter die.
He's
You
rolling.
swing that way.
He's rolling a D8 for Blood Bowl scatter. Yeah, 8 directions around him. Yeah.
And let's see. That's him. That's the growl. Okay.
All right. Anyways, Bernard.
Wait a minute.
Uh,
We have 2 Bernards.
yep.
Why do I have 2 Bernards?
Also-
Actually, Bernard and a Grell. They just go at the same
Yeah.
turn.
Also, Bjorn, she could take a pot
Oh,
shot
right,
with her bow.
Eldith.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I only see 1 Bernard.
We saw
Okay, good.
2 for a moment, but it is gone now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Fucking
think
hell!
there's an anti-dwarf field going on right now. I don't know
Bjorn,
where
the
that's
2 of
coming
you are
from.
made for each other. I'm sorry for
don't
saying
you be
that, El.
making fun of him.
Ah, it's not just him.
I mean, I can take it, but don't you be making fun of him.
Oh, he's taking it for most of his fucking life at this point. Look at that, she's
Right,
fighting your
okay.
corner.
Right, gotta do something.
And then
I'm gonna cast Back Skin.
Well, think this fight's probably not going to last too long.
Isn't it? Okay.
It's one monster
Okay.
against all of this, which we're a stupidly
Yeah,
large party.
true.
Yeah.
True. Okay, I won't. In that case, let's see.
I say, despite seeing the rolls so far, including my
Yeah.
own at the very fucking back of a group.
I'm going to move up a bit. Not all that far though.
Horrocks looking to the left and the right, seeing another 6 out there hiding.
It's all right though.
And I guess the prince moves up as well.
Just think, Horik, if you kill the alpha, the harem is all yours. All the lady gricks you can handle in this nest.
Blue, you're up next.
I don't think I can handle more than one.
All right, Bernie, what are you doing? Poison spray, produce flame. Yell at it.
You said he was moving up.
Yeah, I've done my moves. I'm pretty much done.
Are you not attacking
I can't
it?
do anything. Okay.
And how about your
I
prince?
need to get closer to do that, and I'm not too sure I want to.
You could always proclaim the dodge action.
No, I'll be fine. We'll see how it happens.
Okay.
And how about the prince?
I moved the prince up. He's going closer. Doesn't have. He'll probably doing the same thing I am, just moving up just to see what's going to happen.
Now Bjorn's head gets taken right off.
All right, where is he moving up to?
It's okay. His new
Or did
backup
he already
character is
move up?
Elder.
He's already moved.
Yeah, he already moved.
Okay.
Oh no, it's horrific, Bjorn. He's bitten your scalp right off. Oh no, no, never mind. I forgot for a moment.
11 does not hit you.
Nope.
Horik.
Oh wow, this thing is in such trouble.
What? Only one attack? What is this?
What level are we meant to be for this, Serena?
So there is some things here that's going to assist a bit. It's just it has a lot of HP.
Okay. That's alright then.
I was gonna
And
say there has to
running
be
it
something.
legit. I'm running it legit. If you all were at the level they expect you to be here, you'd be trying to kill this thing for years.
So,
If you were on the actual level, I probably would have reduced the
so it's like a
HP.
raid boss. Once we get it to half health, we enter phase 2, right? And shit's gonna go down.
No, I have
You think
added,
it's only got 2 phases?
I've
Yeah.
added some complexity, but
Just our continuous issue with the official encounters. It's like, oh, if you're the level you're at, you don't have the damage output for it.
you would. It just would take you years.
And you think they've been
Now, do you mean any group or this group?
Any group. Same with
Horik,
the
you-
Shambling Mound. as
Horik,
well.
you hand over those hits right now.
And your 1d4.
All right, so that is.
And I'll do a
37.
stunning strike as well because I'm being a bastard. So it's con 13, I think, from memory.
Yep, so that's 2 key points gone.
Oh, we might actually get to phase 2 before phase 2 happens.
See?
And
Doesn't have that much HP.
Oh no, but just for a party of level 2 to 3, it's not stunned.
No. Oh well, it was worth a try.
It was.
But here comes Gaddix with his big iron on his hip.
big iron on his hip.
Okay, but Peter. Oh. How the hell did that guy actually murder somebody with his rolls? He couldn't hit the side of a barn, and when he did 1 damage.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna be a polite host. Jim Jar can go first.
He can take my bad roll.
Yep. Work like a charm. 2 good rolls, right?
22 hits.
13 damage, not bad.
Pretty nice.
I remember that. Doesn't that mean no cargo? Or do you have proper
Nope.
multi-attack?
No, that's not my bonus action. That's just 2 attacks.
Okay.
Now, for my bonus action, Kago will go here.
Woof.
Woof. And clamp. For 4. You
A 16 does not hit.
No, he's got advantage.
Oh, he does. Oh, yeah, he does.
Yeah, that's why
Okay.
it said 21 hits for 4. That's why I was like, yay, for 4 fours.
That's his
Okay.
damage upgraded.
And then we find out he's never upgraded Kago's damage.
Let me double check. I thought I
I think it's only upgraded by 1, isn't it? As a PV bonus?
We'll,
yeah.
for the moment, we'll call it fine.
Yeah.
And
No, it's fine with a 4. It's not good. Like, if his damage
no,
increases,
like-
it's by 1.
Yeah, it's not going to be a huge.
Lou,
It wasn't.
you cut out.
It wasn't me. Let's just start with the classic.
Fog cloud.
Yeah, we haven't had a fog cloud lately.
This thing is stupid.
Lou, you kill it.
Yeah.
You are correct, Corvus. It was 1d8 plus 3, not 1d8 plus 2.
There you go. It might also increase his to hit as well.
I'm double checking that too.
Yeah. I think it's your PV bonus. Or just PV.
Lou.
Yeah.
You are celebrating. As you're celebrating,
I
the
killed
thing is dead. You killed the thing. A new problem shows up from the bottom of the map.
Auric, it happened as you wanted. Lou was the winner of the harem.
The hit modifier is just my spell modifier, which has.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Ooh, Lou.
Oh no.
But he does get an extra damage.
You got your movement,
I
you got
can't
your
really do
bonus.
anything about that. I'm gonna go over here. Hey, Jim Jar.
Hey, I bet that we're gonna kill that thing.
Oh, that's too good of a bet. I would lose for sure. That thing's gonna be dead. So dead.
Lou,
I
Lou,
bet
take
that-
the bet.
I bet that thing is not going to hit anybody.
Lou,
Nah.
Lou. Take the bet that it's gonna die, that we're gonna kill it. Take the bet. We're not going to kill it.
But then we're all gonna die.
We're gonna send it off. We're gonna drive it away. Nah, okay, never mind.
wanna kill it,
We will
though.
just fucking hammer it. Never mind.
On a personal level, I kind of want to kill the thing. Speaking of killing, I think it's time for gun.
And-
where's the
Elric would be happy to gun.
I mean,
gun, gun.
it's about to fucking rip the Topsy and Turvy apart.
I bet they're wishing they were lycanthropes and resistant to all mundane forms of damage.
Yeah.
Just to make sure, does it have any resistances? Not to poison. Okay. 24 hits. All right. And
Throw
Anything
this
else?
tough guy. He will come to protect the little guys.
But he doesn't have the confidence in his face, you know?
No.
He'll stand up and he realize
Oh.
how moundy that shambling thing is.
yeah, he's just I'm not sure about this.
I will also.
Don't know
comment
why
on-
I'm doing this. It's like, Lou, put the idea in my head.
I'm right here behind you. You got this.
Delric, why are you letting Lou think for you?
I mean, why is the slam attack not in this block? Hold on.
And the Raxus party were going to fight one of these at level 3. If you guys hadn't talked properly to the elven ghost you got the whip from. If you had been jerks and assholes, the shambling man would have risen. So it was close. You're just lucky the wizard didn't go up there.
I mean,
Why
he'll probably
is
just
this
have made it
broken?
go, okay, you know what? Fuck it, I'm just gonna leave now.
Oh, you know what? I just realized I can move on. Oh yeah, the afterlife seems so good. I have no lingering attachments. Will you please stop talking? I'm going.
You know what? I'm gonna do this diplomatically.
It was a perfect character moment, though. Cornelius the wizard, so filled with pomposity and protocol, he bored the fucking the banshee, and she just left.
Does a 16 hit Felrect?
No, but the 18 does.
Okay, good. That's good for him. As it just slams into Felrect. Why is it not doing the damage?
Numb.
For 10 bludgeoning damage.
Oh no, my Felrect.
We'll get you a new one.
I don't
I'm
really want a new
fine.
one.
Thank you. I appreciate
No,
that.
just think. We'll go to Menzo, pick him up a nice guy. It'll take
do I
no
wanna do
time at
that?
all.
There's got to be a Felrect repair shop somewhere in Menzo, right?
He'll be able to find a nice, charming man anytime he wants in Menzo. It'll be no problem
Best
whatsoever.
I can do.
Serif, you're not attached, are you?
I don't like men.
That's alright, he
Well-
barely counts.
And maybe just me. You don't like. I mean,
Rosanna, are they driving you crazy?
Just a little. But it's fine.
It's to keep morale up.
Yeah.
And also, if anything happens to Felric, I still need to get rid of Lou at some point. I'm not keeping him in the house.
my name's on the deed.
Only because of people you know.
There
Alright.
we go. Does a 17 hit the Shumpling Mound?
A 17 does hit the shambling mound.
6 fire damage.
And importantly, Topsy.
Yes. Mm.
Oh, oops.
Mm.
You can
I
always
don't
just make
think it did as much damage as you think it should.
Oof. Topsy is going to disengage
Yep.
and move back.
All right, thanks for the help, Felric. I'm out of here.
That's the girl.
Yeah, what did you think I was making?
And as no, you're forgetting. It's a girl Smurf emblem. So, thanks for the help, Felric. Your assistance was necessary. Give my regards to your boss, Jarl Axel.
No, I don't like y'all. Anything else?
And no, that's good.
All right.
Martin.
Turvey has a ponderance, decides to dodge and walk away. Well, disengage and walk away. Well, no, he go over to his sister.
He didn't need to disengage.
No, he still does because he does not want to take a shot at this thing. Like, do I want to get this thing's attention? No, I do not. You know who does, though? Let's see here. Normal. There we go. Min damage again. Hang on. What the fuck?
Whoa!
What the fuck? It's set to 1. What the hell? It's not set. It's not
Yeah,
set to a
that's set to
D8.
1.
What? When did this?
Yeah.
What the hell? It got set to
I
1 at
thought
some
you just got
point.
exceedingly lucky for a second there.
No, it was set
I
to
was
1.
like, go buy a
There we
scratchy,
go.
man.
There
You
we
win
go.
money.
Real damage. Yeah, the fucking. At some point, it got rid of the D part.
Yeah, like I said, Roll20 does weird stuff like that. I'll find my sheet broken for no reason every once in a
Yeah,
while.
it happens.
Let's see. Glimbruk. Glimbruk Bash. Hooten does not want to bite into this thing. It looks pretty gross.
He doesn't like his vegetables.
She doesn't know.
That's right.
It's too messy. She needs it to be dried, cooked, seasoned. You know, she's got. Let's be fair here. She's been eating what Hordic cooks. That's me.
No wonder she's so round.
Yep.
Nay, Drax.
She's spoiled in the good way, as opposed to Pufflesworth.
He's a good boy for dive bombing the dwarf.
That was my favorite bit of our last interaction. All Malkirka says, he started it.
And she
And
believed
who's
him.
she gonna believe? Yeah.
Just, I'm about to beat the shit out of this little owlbear when in she comes. Owlbear drops dead in his hands, just falls to the floor.
Okay, so how much is the salad cooked here, actually?
11.
Does the does flanking count here for advantage?
It does.
All right.
Well, I know why my damage was always bad. When the fuck did that happen? Also, wait, it's actually... I'll keep it at that.
That's minus 45.
Yes. 36 plus 9 fire, so half fire. So that's 40.
Yes.
Jesus.
Yeah, it looks annoyed.
Yeah. I imagine. Have this too.
25 hits.
Without sneak.
And Sarif.
Alright, Sarif exists as well.
He's one of our central characters.
I prefer he didn't, but okay.
I'm not realizing, does anyone have control of Hemeth?
No, that's me.
Okay, that's fine. He probably doesn't want to do anything anyway.
I don't think Sarif wants to get close to that thing.
He does not. He apparently doesn't want to hit that thing either. Very
Yeah, well,
half-hearted shot.
At
He's
least
just-
he doesn't hit anyone else either.
He's distracted. I mean, soon the great unification will happen.
Bjorn.
He's really
Wants
into
to
it.
bring the thing into the
This
fold.
is like the Zoidberg episode of
Yeah.
Futurama, isn't
Yeah, I was making that joke at the end of last episode.
Yeah, you did, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Bjorn can't do much more than having to take his action to dash, just so he's a bit closer at the very least. He's next to Lou here, and Elder will take a couple of shots at the mound.
Fuck's sake.
Thanks.
The dwarven curse has arrived.
Yeah.
This is why we take you out of fight, Scotch. Go sit down and think about what you're not doing.
Hey, I provided advantage before.
It's like Cornelius' best time was when he was dominated.
I feel like that was your best time.
You were clicking the buttons.
No, you were.
It's like one of your best fireballs was entirely on Rain.
Yeah. Oh, anything else?
Nope. That's it.
Bernard.
He already had range problems and now have gotten worse.
Yeah, no, he has to go all the way to the other side. Is Bernard here?
Yeah, well, he just moved.
Yeah. But looks at the dead monster, looks at the one that's alive and kicking, and decides it's not worth even going over there. Finds a rock and sits down and looks around to see if anything else is going to pop out. The prince, on the other hand, I think can actually make it to melee range.
He can, if he stands next to Harton.
So he'll actually try and do something.
22 hit.
Oof.
And he did something.
Yep.
Sounds about right.
Oric, you have a long ways to go.
I'm going to spend a key point so I can use my bonus action to dash.
Actually, can you make it even if you do that?
Yeah, he's got 70 foot? No, just 60 foot. Oh, no, it
I've
should be
got 35 movement.
Yeah, it should be 70, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, so he's good. Okay, you can make it. Good.
And I shall punch it twice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, a hit's a hit.
It's disappointing.
All right.
DM, don't forget what type of damage that bracelet does.
I know. Yep, I'm very aware.
Yeah, just making sure.
All right. It's weird. It looks more hurt, but it also looks less hurt. It's like it's regenerating a little bit. And oh yeah, Horik doesn't have anybody because Bopedo's dead. Gaddix.
Oh, he can take over
Yeah.
MFN.
Oh, true. Yeah. I just have to give him a.
Oh, don't worry about it then. We'll keep him as a grumpy fuck who doesn't want to do anything.
Yeah, he's kind of. I have him as a basic door guy. If he needs to fight, he will, but otherwise, he doesn't want to. I'll just move him back here a little bit.
It's really a case of why are we bothering with him? Like, we're not going to where he wants to go either. He tried to set us up for the Duergar village.
Yeah, y'all helped him get this far, but you know.
He's gonna have fun in Mithril Hall.
Oh, he wouldn't go there. 21 hit.
Cacao.
Caw.
17.
17 hits.
So yeah. 12 for me, 6 from Jim Jar. Kago did a dash to get over there.
Lou, you might get the other kill.
I'm gonna start, I think, with the exact same thing it worked last time. Let's see if it works again. Wow, that shambling mod sure is stupid. Okay, same damage.
It's not vicious mockery, you don't have to insult it.
I feel like I might as well.
Since I'm at it.
Come on here.
It made it.
Yep.
Well,
With a minus 3 int.
There's 20 sides on the dice for most players.
Yeah.
Sword.
Yeah.
Let me see.
It's a good
Yeah,
damage
only the
roll, but a
first one
bad
hits.
roll.
Yeah, the first one hit. Oh.
Anything else?
I'll move here.
It looks around. It knows the last thing that hit it.
No. Remember the thing that hit it really, really badly.
Oh,
Kago.
it's hitting the same thing.
Kago
That's
just
all
gouged it,
designed.
right? It was right there. That's impressive.
Susanna. Yeah, isn't it impressive?
Yeah, you're rolling like the last time he was a shambling mound in Boarside. It couldn't hit anything.
All right.
I even took away its multi-attack.
Fire seems to do less, so we try something different. How about... Yes. Oof. Bad roll.
Damage is damage. If it happens.
True. Yes. Though it is a con save, and they do tend to be pretty conny. Yeah.
You weren't going to beat those rolls anyway, no matter the value.
Alright, and maybe Topsy will get the kill. No.
Alright.
Alright, let's have a go here. Both hands on the hammer with its real damage dice. Get in! And you know what, let's give Hooten a go.
Come on, Hooten. Get the kill. No.
17.
Not hit. Well, yeah, 17 because Nadrex, yeah. It tears a little bit off and spits it out.
Alright, good girl, good girl. You're going for it. I'll help you. Does a 15 hit, though?
A 15 barely hits. And that was enough to put it down.
Nice.
Puts it down with his bare hand. Unless it's resistance.
No, not to that.
Okay. Just hammer, little owl bear, stab, stab. Just punch it.
Toss the salad.
You now have 2 corpses to deliver.
Uzi. Let's get them a glove. Ah.
Well, you didn't have to punch it.
Do you see that thing swinging at Felric? I had to.
It was very uncomfortable when it crashed into me.
Glad you're alright, Sonny, as I put my sopping, slime-covered hand on his shoulder for a shake, and then head back.
He just gives you that withering glare.
That was a case of like he didn't even notice, he didn't really realize he was doing it.
How much do these weigh?
Oh, what?
We have more than enough meat for this.
Because I can Tensor's floating desk.
Yeah. We just need to be able to convince the prince to dirty his hands for us.
Oh, the prince will assist.
Yeah. Easy enough.
No convincing, yeah.
I'll take the grick. Quickly volunteers to take the grick. I don't care how bad it smells, at least it's solid.
But no time, you end up back over. And Basidia actually goes out to meet you. Oh, you already?
Aye.
We're professionals.
Actually,
I
that's
can-
true.
Yeah, I can clearly see. I trust. I actually do believe that you all will do quite well.
And speaking as professionals, here's the bill. No.
We're highly paid, trained professionals.
As a matter
Emphasis
of fact,
on paid.
he does pull out 4 greater healing potions that
Oh,
he
yeah.
has in these hollowed out mushroom flasks, and does present them and explain what they are, and that he has made them for you. Not recently, but he has made them and given them.
Oh, very nice of you. Absolutely.
Those
I
will come in
will-
handy, probably.
It's one of the subtlest jokes in that there in the Ghostbusters game when he just says, we're highly paid, trained professionals.
Well, I do have a suggestion if you want to get up to the garden.
All right.
Well, if you remember our talk with yes, the Circle of Explorers with Rasharu. If you ask, there is a way to get up to the garden via, well, his area. I have no doubt he would let you through.
Aye, he seemed on board for our plans.
Do you wish to take some time, or do you want to just go?
Aye, we'll have a wee sit down for a little bit just to take the strain off the shoes. Not a long one, though, or even a medium length one. Just
About an hour.
about an hour.
Okay.
And then we'll just charge right in, rip the head off this thing.
What if it's as powerful as Demogorgon? I mean, how are we going to prepare just to run?
Well, at least we'll run away and inform people that they need to scatter immediately. It's time to just leave the afflicted. But I'd rather hope it's just some sort of a minor corruptor, perhaps, or maybe just a minor avatar sort of thing. Something that can be dealt with, or the area collapsed on it, even. But if worst comes to worst, at least we'll do something important. Besides, it probably burns pretty well.
So,
You see
taking
that?
a short rest.
You see how much she's changed ever since Fireball got into her spellbook? There's so much passion in those eyes, it's just the same expression as always. She's become a wee firebrand, look at her. It's adorable.
Everybody else is confused.
Barton was just a wizard in a past life.
Not a past life. Like 10 years ago.
Well, it's before Lou was even born, so.
No!
No.
As he's the second oldest in the group, I think we established.
Well, definitely now, because he's also
Yeah, but
5
he
years
was
younger.
born 10 years ago. The problem with cloning is he started at the age of the cells Jarlaxle used to clone him. So
Like, I'm pretty sure Bjorn is past his 80s.
I think he's in his 80s.
Ah, you're a peer then.
Huh?
You're a peer of Lou. The two of you are just peas in a pod.
Although if Lou
Equals.
does his birthday actually change?
No. Your chronological age no longer matches your physical age.
Kind
you're
of
one of those
staff
trans
thing.
chronos, you know.
Alright, we get our short rest.
Mm-hmm.
Elric gets to roll a hit dice.
Yeah, where is hit dice?
Well, it's kind of busted on NPC sheets, so you just have to roll. I think he's like a D8.
That would make sense, I think. Sure, only need one.
Well, it'll be on a
plus-
sheet, but the problem is if you click it, it'll roll all of them at once, and that's useless.
Yeah.
D8 plus 2?
Yeah, some stuff on NPC sheets is weird.
There we go.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
He'll get us back on a long rest.
Poor Philrex.
How's it feel to realize
man
you're a
puts up with
side
so much.
character?
He puts up with so much. So much work stress.
It's all Lou.
Hot Lou.
It's just all Lou.
Lou is his work stress and his home stress.
Shouldn't bring your work home.
And he's dating his work.
Mm-hmm.
Man married to his work. Literally and figuratively.
It works out actually quite nicely, all things considered.
Oh, good. I'm married. I'm interested in one of my boss's greatest schemes.
The scheme you didn't even know about.
But immediately put into action, he's got legacy to control.
So far, it's not going well.
Felbrick is just that girl from the meme where that, and there it is, that smile, that damn
Good
smile.
smile. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just great, though, because whenever Lou's surface case is like, Jarlaxle hadn't thought of having a kid yet? Not yet. Didn't want that problem just yet. Ben saw Lou and thought, okay, I'll make use of this because I don't intend to make this mistake again.
Yeah.
Like, I did not intend to have a child, but I have one, so now I need to fix it.
I
Actually,
need to fix
first
one
time
because I'm
Jarlaxle
not
left
having
us-
another anytime soon.
Yeah, Jarlaxle got a vasectomy as soon as he found out.
Oh. But so, after your rest, you head on up.
Yes.
Before
Let's just
we
pretend
start,
we're so excited. I mean,
before we start heading in, please, people who are going to need it, take a great healing potion.
Yes, put your hands up if you wish a greater healing potion.
I think have a regular one still, so I'm good.
Did I
Well,
use
take a
mine?
greater healing potion anyway.
No, don't double up on him.
I
I have a
that was
potion
most of my
healing and a
health
potion
bars.
resistance, so I
Yeah.
think I'm good. And a ring of warmth. It's really just.
And
Isn't it
I shall take a
hard
greater
to
healing
take?
potion since I'll be using my spells on you lot.
Yeah, because I already
I'll
I
take
have
one
a
because I tend to be in the front somehow.
That's
yeah,
2.
I mean,
because
that
we
is
have
your-
punch.
Yeah.
I already have a greater healing and a regular healing.
Okay, so Nadrex, you want one?
If no one else wants
All
it,
right, that's
sure,
3
I'll
done.
take
1
it.
left. Uzi, Gaddix, Bernard.
I'll take
Ah,
one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, give it someone. I have a regular healing.
Bernard would take one.
Because I don't think Bernard's gotten any potions.
Yeah, he's just got the basic gear. He's got no potions, no magic equipment. He's
Yeah,
just
there we go then.
standard.
Although, Uzana, do you have any?
Healing potions?
Yep.
I don't believe so.
All right, then you get the greater healing.
Yep, I do not.
Yep, well, you now have one. Can't have the whiff going into combat with no potion. Now we're ready.
All right, so let me do something really quick, just because I realized there was one thing I forgot to do. Yeah.
Because yeah, several of us do have a potion of healing and a few have a potion of resistance. I believe it was a potion of random resistance, so it's not that great.
Yep. Could be great, could be questionable. All right, and you are brought up, and as expected, your lovely new friend in the Circle of Explorers, Risharu, has no issues escorting you up, but he himself does not go up. He
I
sets
know,
you on the
that's
path.
That's a good
Go on.
idea, that. I'm a little worried about you, Sarif. You're still all
I'll be
excited about
fine.
the ceremony and all. How are you feeling about possibly taking this thing down?
It is a good decision.
Damn it.
It's a good decision.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully.
Oh, it's not without risk. I mean, who knows if destroying the progenitor spore will just kill you. Hopefully not.
No, it probably won't. Shut the fuck up. It probably won't kill him.
No,
And if
It would be really unfortunate.
If it hurts him in any way, it'll be fine. I can handle that.
I don't think. Yes, I think this is probably the best decision.
Okay. Kill the source. Hopefully it'll clear him. If not, it might be able to clear the other one. He might actually think about what you have going on. Anyway, let's get going. Boric, up front. Come on. Keep going. On you go.
You want this dagger Harton gave me?
No, I took that back.
Everybody,
Oh,
get yourselves
whose
into
dagger is this?
position.
Yeah. There we go.
Because you are going this way.
It's off
So-
again. Copy
yes.
over stats.
For some reason, I
What am I
can't
gonna
move
do?
my token now with a keyboard.
Roll 20 update, you think?
I guess. It used to do that.
Just a quick question, so we're all prepared. What are we gonna do if it turns out this is actually just like a super awesome party and there's nothing at all weird going on?
We go and join the party.
Okay.
However, we all know that is not going to happen, considering the talk they've had.
Just want to be prepared.
I mean, there were suspicions all the way up until we got to the farm where we are breeding as many as we can to spread it all across the Underdark and Overland.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, it is pretty
Everybody-
much a foregone conclusion.
Please line yourselves up in this box. For I can move you further.
Oh, where's the box?
It's the black
It
box.
is the black box.
Oh.
Well, you know I'm going to be near the front. Turvy and Topsy will be nearest the back they can be. Not like for cowards or anything. It's just they're not warriors. They're not fit for this.
I
Why
can't
can
see
I
the front of
always
the
never
box.
move the cargo?
It's up here, pretty much the front of the box.
Oh.
And that. So,
Oh, that's a big
could our
box.
frontliners go up front, please? For Sarif and Horik are leading the way here. Yeah, there you go. Because I need
I
to
didn't
be able to
realize the
pull
box
you
was
all
that
up
big.
there. Yeah,
I
You can delete
assumed
that
it
other
went up
cargo,
that
I
way
can make
because
a
I
new
can't
one.
see the top of it.
yeah.
It's behind the hidden area.
And Jim Jar and Kago? Oh,
I
there's
had
an
to
extra
make it.
cargo.
Yeah, I can't move that cargo for some reason. I made a new one. That keeps happening. I don't
Yeah,
know.
we
why.
have only with Kago too, which is weird. Okay.
Yeah, we'll just go second
Yeah,
line.
why can't I? Yeah.
I will move you all in just because it'll fit a little bit better. There we go. All right, so you did hear from Basidia that the Circle of Masters is up here, led by the Myconoid Yestabrod. One bit of information that is past you is Basidia has not seen Yestabrod in quite some time. As you reach the top of this, the whole area is almost blocked by those incredibly tall Zerkwood trees. Almost give it a natural fencing, so it explains why from the bottom you couldn't really see up into this area. And as you get closer towards the top, there's a low muttering that starts getting louder and louder and louder. Once you get up near the top and you're getting ready to turn the corner, it almost starts turning into a symphony of moans, cries, and hisses. The only light that's in this area is from a few glowing mushrooms along the edges, but even in all of this, you can't miss the source of the sound, as I will reveal things and start moving you in. Actually, you know what? We're just gonna unveil this whole area here. Here we go, as I'm going to move you all. Oh,
There it
that's
is.
the map.
Get Kill it. It's moving the ground. It's dangerous.
I'm gonna move you all up here. There you go.
That looks like a female drow. We kill those on sight, don't we?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
that's the thing. Even in this kind of low light, you can't miss the source of the sounds of the moans, the groans, and the hisses. The heads of dozens of creatures, dozens of humanoid creatures from the Underdark races, peeks out from the ground, mold and fungi growing around them. One voice calls out loudly, and some of you understand this, in Undercommon, and of course, Sprout would be very happy to translate for you.
Rena, none of the active party know. That's all the NPCs who understand Undercommon.
Yeah.
Lou would understand.
Would he? At this point, really?
He would understand well enough.
Okay.
But, where is... I haven't brought your translator with you.
He's in a backpack.
He's
It's fine.
there.
Yeah.
He's with Uzana. He doesn't need a sheet. A token.
He's in her purse.
The female drow that you see in the ground, she's a little bit more available than the others.
Hey there.
She calls out, and it's clear she is fighting to speak. I'm ignoring you. And she calls out, and yes, Lou, you do even understand this one. Please, for your gods of light, kill me. She manages to stir a little bit from within her living grave, raising a spider medallion half embedded into the bloated growth that was once her hand. Half her face is rotten and pustulate, a bed for the sprouting of all these little tiny little mushrooms. The great cedar, Trap, she's here. The Lady of Decay, Zuktmoy.
Ah, fuck.
Let's put her out of her misery. Not that she deserves it, but
And so we enact this. This is gonna be a problem.
Is she one of the big ones who wanted?
Yeah, I recognize the Zugmoy thing. That's the Spore Queen.
Funny enough, Sarif looks almost quizzical and just says, Zenyatta? Yes, just please.
Zarif, it's a bit far gone at this point.
No, I wasn't saying to save. She was one of the ones from Valkenvelv. She was out on patrol.
Oh, that explains that. You want to do the deed?
Well, no, hang on. We know who to, so... Gonna give him his chance here. So, Bjorn, go forth and chop her down.
Alright.
Don't forget to steal the stuff that she's holding.
There might be a response, but I'm giving him a chance here.
You actually do see off to the side here, there seems to be a collection of a bag.
Yay, stuff.
So, do I go after the bag or do I go cut her head off?
Cut her head off. She asked for it.
Alright. Well,
Honor her
nobody say I
request.
don't. Yeah, don't say that I don't do a request for a lady.
And so he pinned it.
But-
For fuck's sake!
She counts as prone.
Like I said, I already
She's
used all my
prone.
rolls.
She's prone.
But of course he does that.
Give
Roll
me another
again.
one.
After this, we are fucking swapping weapons.
Yeah.
We're gonna say you hit.
She wants to be
We're going
hit.
to say you hit.
She's a corpse.
She's into the blade.
Roll your damage. I'm just curious. Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. You could have probably poked her and she would have died. She was not doing.
But you
well.
couldn't even manage that.
I'll pull her off screen though.
Again, I want you to go back to tabletop. And
Sure,
look at my
sure.
rolls.
Those don't
Say.
count.
I emptied my reserve of good rolls. This is all I'm gonna get.
It's just fucking
Bjorn.
perfect, though.
Never
I know
rolled
it's
before
it's
eight.
perfect. But as you do this, Bjorn, the moans of the garden's victims suddenly take on a new tone of fear as something moves across the foul ground. Something. It's more like a larva than anything that you have seen before, as it quite literally just slithers down across. A disgusting. You can kind of see all over it the vestigial fungal growths that hint that this might have been a myconoid at some point in time. It takes some great looking to even see the resemblance. But it says, "Welcome, travelers," in a gurgling tone that does not really fit for a myconoid, but at the same time, he also speaks within your mind in a more normal tone. It's disquieting.
Oh no, fuck that. Kill this thing.
But he then asks, "Are you here for the wedding rehearsal?"
Well,
Friends of the
we're waiting
bride?
for post-power.
Friends of the bride or her intended? Oh, it doesn't really matter. Let the love of the great cedar embrace you as you become one with her chosen, the great body.
Scarves up, people.
Kill him.
Alright, yeah,
Kill
we'll
him.
kill that thing.
Kill him.
From the fungal areas, pushes through some friends.
Frenemies?
And
Just enemies, probably.
yeah, just enemies. And some of the faces that are in the ground and such pull themselves out.
That's a lot of new friends.
Where's the rest of the
Okay.
drop patrol?
My bad, that one's not there. That one is someplace else.
That's a surprise for later.
That's where Bjorn is standing, and he rises through him.
No, as a matter of fact, it's a bit awkward because, Horik, you're standing there.
And now you're a hat.
No, you're the one next to, you're the one next to the problem child.
Oh.
As, Sarif suddenly is no longer steady on his feet, and he starts leaning against you for support.
Uh-oh.
Until he starts screaming.
Not my boy.
He lets out a scream of pure agony, and you get the very wonderful joy of having his head explode all over you, releasing a very interesting, and I'm going to put this in tabletop for you all, releasing a very interesting cloud of fungal spores all around you.
Delicious.
And sprouting some very interesting mushrooms from the top of his head.
Mm.
I wonder if he hadn't been here, if that still would have happened.
I'm pretty sure it would have been caused by just being in proximity. So, you know, once we'd done the trauma and all of us would have gone through the spore network and just fucking poor lad. I can't put that much back together.
Oh, he should be public.
He's probably happier now than he would have been anyway.
No.
No.
No. He definitely would have preferred to live.
But he was going to die anyway, is my point.
No, that's the thing. He would have... Here's the thing. In his mind, he would have been alive and cured. That's the only good option. Don't inhale.
But he's still okay?
No.
No.
As a matter of fact, let's see, what's the range on this?
You say it like we got any chance to get away from it.
Oh, no, there's a range that I'm checking for something else.
I'll go stop chewing that.
Don't know where it's been.
Oh, Eldith, I'm looking at you.
There's probably just like an ear slivering down her hair.
So that would be Harton, Gaddix, Eldeth, Jimjar, and Auric. Actually, Bjorn as well. Give me a con save.
Oh yay, time to be poisoned. Hopefully just poisoned.
Do I get a advantage of this con save?
Yeah,
You
it's
do not.
poison, right?
No, I was just saying it.
Oh, okay. Thought we
It's
were
something
establishing it is
probably
poison.
poisonous.
It's like, yeah,
It's up to the DM.
It is not poison.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
rip your
just
cast
regular
iron
ice.
stomach.
Wait a minute, Horik is immune to disease, aren't you? Or is that next level?
I have to check.
Might be next level, sadly, or
I
a
don't
little
think
bit
it's level
further.
5.
Yeah, it might be further ahead.
Just before the
Yeah.
immortality one.
Yeah, I think I've got at least one.
Oh
more
yeah,
to
fucking
do.
10th level, never mind. Oh no. Yeah.
Roll me a D100, Horik.
This is how many mushrooms grow out of you immediately.
Well, it's a good thing that I am using a different chart for this. Horik, you feel a scratching sensation. You're almost convinced that you clearly are infected by some sort of spores, and if you scratch hard enough, they'll come off.
Ow.
Gotta put him in a
Don't
bath of
mind the
beans again.
skin.
It's just like when he picked up the lice.
Horik is becoming the ingredients that he craves.
He's become one with the food.
But it is your turn, Horik.
Well,
Oh yeah, but it
before
is
we
time
start-
to yeah.
yeah, I was about to say before we start, because how long is this combat gonna take?
Oh yeah, it'll take a while.
Yes.
Ah, perfect cliffhanger.
So just
Must
remember,
I-
Horik, right now you're itchy tasty.
But at least he's not going to become a potato.
So here's the thing, Rena, what would have been the default result?
If I was using the regular one, it would be I see an altered version of reality with my mind convincing itself that things that are true, even in the face of overwhelming evidence to the contrary.
That's how he
Oh,
lives
so
his life, because he thinks
Republican.
everyone cares about potatoes.
Mind you, if I was not doing this unaltered, that would be permanent.
I mean, that is the brain rot that strikes a lot of rural America, to be fair.
Right
You can live
now,
with it.
I will point out it's permanent unless a lesser restoration.
Oh, okay.
I have altered things so that because yes, otherwise theoretically the spores could activate, and he could literally pull a Serif. I think that's a little bit dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, they are trying to pose a threat, but it's a case of like getting a permanent break from reality. That's a pretty much dead character.
Also,
That's a lot less
I
fun
would
to
like
play.
to point out, I lowered the save for that. I lowered it to 7.
Oh.
It was higher. As a matter of fact, what was the save? You know what, let me pull that up. I want to see what the save was. I forgot. Let's see. Garden of Welcome.
Let's hope protection from evil and good actually does something. Because apparently it did nothing against the spores.
Yeah, no, it's unfortunately, this is months. Well, does it work against monstrosities?
Nope.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought.
Oh well, I'll see what happens if it turns out I'm not getting hit at all, then I can just do something else.
Usually it's supposed to be a DC 12.
It's pretty high for like such a debilitating thing.
Particularly for something that they expect you to do at between possibly 2 to 4.
Yeah, that's not unreasonable. As
But for
opposed to the
something that's
Demogorgon
permanent?
shit. Yeah, I know, it's really bad that it's permanent, but it's a case of that's still a moderate DC, but like the Demogorgon thing, we would have been a bit lower with impossible DCs.
No, it wasn't that bad, but also that's only gives you a madness stack. This is a permanent indefinite madness.
Well, I'm
That's
glad we
okay.
passed.
Yeah. I changed that it is no longer perfect. It's still permanent and indefinite unless it's healed by something other than a greater restoration. Everything is greater restoration.
Yep, which is just not available. It's not just high level, it's super expensive too.
Mm-hmm.
But next time we throw down in the mushroom. Mm-hmm.
Before we get insane in the membrane.
Nope, just Horik, apparently.
And
Well,
he's just itching.
and that's the effect. Oh, hang on, we forgot about one. Oh, forgot about 2 actually.
Who? It was
Jim-
only 10-foot radius.
Jim Jar
Oh,
is
did you-
right there, as is Eldath.
I'd said Jim Jar. I
Oh, did you?
didn't realize that she hadn't
Oh,
rolled.
did you? I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't think she did.
Jim Jar?
said
How
Jim
you
Jar.
doing, Jim Jar?
Well, I closed my thing, so.
And I said
You'll never
Eldeth.
know.
I said both Jim Jar and Eldeth.
We will never know.
Autofill.
What a
anytime.
pity, it's too late.
I will roll for them.
Hands are off the pieces, people. It turns over.
Eldeth. What's the roll supposed to be?
Con.
Thank you.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Yep.
great.
Jim Jar's fine, though. Who wants to roll to see the terrible madness that'll afflict her?
I will. That sounds like fun.
It's not my character, of course it's fun.
75.
25.
Cannibalism.
Let's find out. I have to pull that.
Number.
Oh, 75. Okay.
She reacquires her taste for meat.
Oh, no, she has the same thing.
Oh,
I had anything above a 50 was that one.
okay.
Oh, okay.
That's gonna go great for her archer.
It's not mechanically affecting things, it's more just on the regular beast.
Yeah. There we go, now it's fair. So next time, and now to hit the button.